Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Action-Packed Tales of Istoria, where heroes and villains are made. Thank you for tuning in to our weekly D&D show, and this is just our homebrew game. First of all, we want to give a big thank you to Riot Games for letting us use their music for free, which we really appreciate. As you heard in the intro and everything, it's pretty good stuff. If you're interested in checking it out for your own streams or just for your own amusement, they have a playlist where you can just add it to your streams should you be so interested. That's all creator free, and one of their stipulations is in our About Us section in terms of what you have to allow, which also you'll see the other part of it, which is the information on what we're streaming. The bottom right corner, you can see that kind of now playing section, which just cycles through all the songs that you're listening to. That all said, let's go ahead and get to the full table, where this time we actually are all here, unlike last time when I said, hey, we're all here, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, we're not, I'm an idiot. So hi everybody, you guys want to take care of the old recap from last week? Once again, you know, just a casual, lackadaisical game.
Totally nothing
bad
happened.
Right, yeah.
Oh, it's fine. Everyone's fine. Everything's cool.
Medusius gave us a toy to play with, so I let the boys play with the toy, and one of them died.
Something broke, but it wasn't the toy.
Yeah. We did eventually, well, they did eventually break the toy, but basically, Rin decided to drink coffee, and then the boys went in to fight this construct, and she was like, oh, good hit. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Do you need me to? Oh, he's dead.
Which, did anyone want to give a description of said construct? If you can recall.
Had hammer and axe hands.
Yeah.
That was massive.
Yeah.
Rather large.
Yeah.
Very
Like a, you know, like a roided out
It was made out of metal.
gun.
Yeah.
You did have gun.
It's like the super shredder of the Warforged, basically. So brilliant. Anyway, it didn't
She
speak.
has more. So
They had
Yeah.
dainty hands.
Right. So yeah. So one with the armament came out, and then 3 others as well. With
yeah.
hands.
Slapped me down for no reason. I didn't even do anything.
When she initially said she had more, I was like, oh god, this is like an invading force.
Yeah.
And then she was like, it's like 5 or 6. So I was like, okay, like 30 people could take them out if they had to.
30 normal people.
Not normal people, but people like us.
30 normal people.
Yeah.
There's got to be at least like 3 or 4 other adventuring parties like us that could help fight.
75 normal people.
Yeah.
It has a
Having a
set
grand
kill
old
limit.
time.
So you just throw enough people against
Hopefully-
it, eventually it'll
Yeah,
shut down.
hopefully they don't die as much as we do.
Yeah.
Those have exposed joints. So if you just get enough blood in those joints, it'll just gunk it up.
And eventually it'll
And viscera, you know.
it'll congeal, and then it can't move anymore.
Tracks.
Foolproof plan. So yeah, the boys played with the toy. The boys broke the toy. The toy broke Rainier. We brought Rainier back from the dead with the Peter Trollop diamond, and then Rainier had to go. We don't have any more diamonds now, so we gotta get more diamonds. But Rainier passed TF out, but he looks weird now.
I had some exhaustion from dying. Fine. And I was
He got a little swole fighting that construct, I guess.
all I'm saying is don't try and wake me up.
So we were chatting with Medusius while Rainier was sleeping it off, and we had talked about, like, you know, can you make an iron flask, or what would you need for an iron flask, and, you know, trying to figure out how we were going to get a Tosh captured and what have you. And she said that she might maybe know how to make an iron flask. It takes some time though, or you know, we could always try and take on the dragon and get it back, which sounds like a winning idea. And absolutely something we have time to do. And she mentioned that she'd be willing to work on trade with us if we brought her some components. She's interested in some things. We may be going to the Underdark on a, like, component run for her. So we were still negotiating that. She mentioned that she needed some material, some, like, metal materials to work on some things, and we were like, oh, what kind of rare material or stuff? And she was like, why?
Oh, so this is your fault for
It
asking
wasn't
dumb
me.
questions.
It wasn't
Not
me.
dumb, but
It wasn't me. I'm just recapping, okay? It wasn't me. And so then Vidir went to go get the metal sheet that we found out of the cats.
that I found, I
Bad.
cleared the way to, I risked myself for, and y'all robbed me.
The unsung hero.
Whoa, only one of us robbed you.
Two of you tried.
So then Vidir tried to take it out of the bag of holding, and he woke Rainier up, and Rainier got cranky and tried to take a swipe at him. And then when that failed, Rin snuck in and managed to sneak the sheet metal out of the bag of holding and brought it out and gave it to Medusius, who absolutely would have known that we took it and would have held it against us. So I think it was the right call.
She have to get her metal ore back.
No.
We gave
Some
the
of it.
small bits back to her, but I think we kept two big.
Oh, and
Yeah.
she has you in her little dungeon.
Oh yeah, you're in the basement tinkering with something, which made us feel very uncomfortable. Yeah. So so we forked that over, and Ishara is here, and Medusius was like, before I give her free passage, will you make some assurances? So she was like, I gave her my word that Ishara meant her no harm, and that should she attack Medusius, Medusius could defend herself. However, I added the caveat that if Ishara was not of her own mind, if she attacks Medusius and she's not of her own mind, Medusius has to do what she can to save her.
Did you convince her of this, or did you
I
just
did.
make that up?
I did.
Okay.
She agreed to it. We shook on it, and now we are on our way to get Ishara into the building so that she doesn't have to de-booby trap everything, and we'll see if she has a dead child with her.
Not again.
Minor detail.
So I think that's everything.
Yeah. Covered everything, yeah.
Lucius has to get stuff from Underdark.
That there is likely a market of neutral ground in which you could potentially make yourselves known, but make yourselves known that you're supposed to be there.
Just don't be dicks.
Yeah.
Well, like, be the appropriate level of dick.
Exactly. The appropriate level of dick for the Underdark, which is definitely higher than that of the above ground area.
Yeah.
Their dick threshold is higher than.
Yeah.
Just don't exceed
Remember
it.
that. Which is a mind player scout. So we're calling it. It's good.
We get a leash for the rat. You take it with.
Use our rat compass.
Yeah.
There you go. Like a little. Okay.
Which way do you want to go?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
way? Okay.
Yeah.
In the box. We go that way.
Yeah. Or you could go the other way around, like, okay, so mind flayers are that way, we go this way then.
No, I'll
Yeah.
You're pulling this way. I'm gonna pull that way.
Right, yeah. All right, so we're gonna rewind the clock a little bit, as there was a slight divergence in terms of the party. Not a huge one, obviously. The party wasn't fully split, but there was a difference. So
Introduce you to multiverse.
I am not. So as the party woke up with the ground rumbling beneath their feet and these vibrations being felt, everyone walked out to see in the workshop a folding of stone bricks along the floor that then opened up and revealed a basement where the stones then also reformed into a stairwell that led down beneath into some sort of larger subterranean section beneath, well, not subterranean, but sub-level beneath the actual lair of Medusius that
She
you all
lives
seen
in my
before.
dungeon.
And her greeting you all looked out and said good morning, and that it is important to start every day early when there is vital work to be done, and offered for you all to help yourselves to breakfast within the dining room, and looked over to Ward. Would you be so kind as to follow me? As she gestures her arm outward for you to escort her downstairs.
Oh, very important fact about the recap that was missed. Daruk ate a metric fuck ton of bacon.
Yes, true.
Yes,
Yeah.
that did happen.
There was definitely a point where it was like, that's too much, and he kept going.
Yes.
Or Garrett, the root, like a bacon
taken off.
We didn't say that, but I feel like it would have
I feel like
happened.
it would have happened. Yes.
And I also feel like Dorgir would.
Yeah. Constitution just higher, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, you definitely gave him a run, but I mean, ultimately the winner was clear. So, as canonically, we said that you admittedly probably paused for a moment, but then agreed to take her arm and walked downstairs. She led you down as your conversation carried on with everyone else, looking suspiciously, but
Like, walker, but I'm looking
Right.
at the camera in.
yeah. And as the group looked and then made the decision that it seemed like she was being earnest and not hiding anything necessarily with her intention, you followed her down. So, as the conversation went, she walked you down the stairs and said, "Now, I need you to know that I saw your automaton and was quite impressed with your design and ingenuity. You appear to have integrated organic components into it with a level of expertise telling of another master crafter. While I'm sure your designs were substantial, the delicacy of such integration speaks to assistance from another whose skills are something worthy of a collaboration. Now, I know our history is complicated, but I would hope that we are on the path to putting that behind us. I would not ask for the identity of this crafter, but if they are as talented as I glean from your work, I would ask you consider an introduction between the two of us. Think it over." Yeah. He assisted with the, Yes, yeah, the iron scale Hydra's core components. But as she's saying this and laying you down into the chamber, you eventually walk into a large cavern, a large sub-level area that has torchlight extending downward to approximately the same length as what you could imagine is probably the top floor as well. As you look down this chamber, you see the torches light down the pathway. As you see, initially, along the two outer walls, a pair of huge humanoid automatons, matching your general form, though even further armored than yourself. The one to your immediate left, with a hammer and an axe for a hand, and a shoulder cannon mounted on its shoulder, not unlike August, which she stops at. As your eyes look down the hallway, you see another pair of these same automatons. However, the three of them, outside of this one, have normal humanoid hands, 5 digits on each. But your eyes can't help but wander farther. And beyond that, you see what look like giant mechanical constructs of a spider-like form. They're a different variety than this fire-spewing one. In fact, could I have you make a perception check to try and get a better look at them? The light is low, and though you now have the ability to see through it a little bit more easily than you did before, it's still not the easiest place to look through.
1-6.
Okay. So, as you look beyond and you kind of peer beyond the two Titan-like constructs in front of you, you can see a pair of these spiders. They have a sleek, almost elegant design to them, but their bodies are large. I would say close to the same variety as the one you had seen before, but they speak to almost elegant design to them. Spindly-like legs, but thick at the edges too, ending in sharp, almost spear-like points. You imagine that if these were meant for some sort of combat purpose, their lethality is not to be questioned. But as your eyes finally look down to the end of the hallway, the one thing that catches your eye above everything else is a warforged head, approximately the same size as one of the huge constructs. Seeing it, you estimate it must be 20, 25, maybe even 30 feet in height. It is at this point that Medusius looks over and sees your gaze looking beyond the room. Now, let us stay focused on the work for the day before we get distracted. I need your unique nature to help reinitiate these constructs. Being inert for so long makes it more difficult to reactivate them without another Warforged present. So if you don't mind, channel some of your magical charge into this construct as I begin the activation sequence. I will tell you when to release the charge.
Okay. And she had a conversation with Bryn about how none of this is like a take over the world kind of thing, or is this separate?
I mean, we've alluded to the fact that we're trying to save the world, not destroy it.
Yeah, it's fire.
No, the problem is her vision is better than anyone else's, so that's how she's going to save it.
Yeah, I'll save it and put myself on the top.
Okay, yeah. I will reluctantly. I feel like I don't have much choice in that area anyway. It's just cornered.
By the brass cojones.
Steely Dan.
So as she begins, what looks almost like casting spells, you see the arcane runes kind of riding around her hands visibly in the air. As she begins turning them, you can see the pieces of the construct almost kind of reconstituting, reconfiguring, before it gets to a point where you can hear and feel almost this like kind of static in the air. You can see tiny little almost bolts of electricity kind of arcing between your hands. As she looks out to you, she gives you a nod. When you're ready.
Shoot back. Start concentrating. Let the magic kind of flow around it. It's just barely visible. Doing it, Peter. I shuddered when I opened.
Yep, she. Good reference. She looks at you and gives you a nod. Now, as she flares a bit with her own arcane energy, what do you do?
Yeah. Stop. Put my mace a little bit forward, and then I. Let me, Lord, get back here, no, yeah, I let the energies forth as she.
Okay, go ahead and expend a first level spell slot. Depending on whichever one you want to use, you can just use a spell slot of any variety you like. And then a use of your arcane jolt feature. Okay. And with that, as the energy is released from your warhammer, this arc of lightning shoots off of you into the core center of the chest of this construct as you see it come to life and kind of shudder for a moment as you see its eyes lock and kind of realign. You can see the shutters kind of filter a couple times before you see it stand outward, and you see it kind of look to Medusius with this almost expected gaze. As she looks up to it, she says, "Okay, well, you're to assist entertainment." As it looks and gives her a nod, you see it walk out. And it slowly just walks up the stairs as you hear a concerned Vidir go, "Oh no," from the top.
Oh.
She then walks to the next one. We'll have to do this a couple more times if you're available.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. I'm also going to. So, since the last day, as she woke us up, so we have
Had a long rest. Yep.
I forgot how. As we're doing this, I'd like really study the situation.
Okay.
Not what's going on, but like how
Okay. So make an Arcana check, and if you'd like, you can use the monocle to give you advantage on the roll. 23. Okay. So, as you look at this and you prepare for another one, and she kind of lines you up, and you do you do another surge, or are you just observing first?
It's kind of gonna do them at the same time.
Okay, so it's when you do the action, you're going to try and really discern
So
what's
now
happening.
that I'm comfortable with the process that she wants me to do, I should be able to do that and kind of.
Okay, what's happening?
How is this work?
Right.
What is it?
Okay.
Study the runes that are coming off of her. She's prepping
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
seeing how the energy is coming from both myself and how she's directing them is affecting the construct as it connects.
Okay, gotcha. And you got a 23 total?
Yes.
Okay. So as she's casting these runes and you get a good look at them, this time ready for them, and you release that jolt of energy, you see the runes that she has. Actually, could I have you make a second Arcana check on them? Since you're looking specifically at them.
Not as
Which, if you wanted to, you could use the second use of your monocle feature to get advantage on the roll.
okay.
It's 2 per day.
Nice.
Okay. So looking at the runes, you can see that you're not exactly certain of what their exact intention is, but you can see an interweaving of 2 magics, which you recognize that there isn't a lot of there aren't a lot of arcane practitioners who know how to weave multiple schools of magic together. But you can see that Medusius is one of those, which speaks to either long forgotten magics that existed in the realm prior, or just true mastery over it.
Yeah, I was gonna
Possibly both.
say as I'm observing her do this, my feet, does it seem effortless, like it's an afterthought, or is there like amount of concentration and like exertion that she's putting in?
You do see that she has it is not effortless for her, but it does seem like she is well familiar with this process. And looking at the runes, you can see that there is abjuration and evocation magic being called upon to effectively reanimate these constructs. With that, and you kind of get a good look at where it's hitting. This second one that got struck is in the exact same place as the one that had been initially activated, and you can almost hear what sounds like some sort of mechanical and like a tonal pitch being spun up. Like there's something within these constructs that's being reactivated truly at its core. But as the second one strikes, you see it too kind of come to look to Medusius with another intented expression, or expression of questionable intent, and then Medusius looks up to it and she says, "I believe there are some doors that need to be fixed. You'll go to the one on the western side." As you see it give a nod of acknowledgement, it then begins walking away. She walks over to you again. 2 more, and I think we'll be done down here then at that point.
At this point, I stop.
Yes?
I'm concerned the processes that are bringing these to life. It's the same way I was made.
Oh, no. No. These are automatons. They are not, living beings at your...
So no souls.
No souls were harmed in the making of these robots. No. These...
Yeah, that's about the end of my question. I just don't want to be
complicit. Oh, yeah.
complicit.
Hmm.
Yeah, using soul magic as I would done it.
Right, yeah. Which, as you as she kind of looks at you and kind of understands, there was no necromancy involved in these constructs. These ones were strictly of utility design. There was no greater purpose in them other than needing a large body to perform tasks for me. Like tongues, but admittedly different. But and she then walks you to the next one, and goes through the same process. You activate it again, and do you go to the last one the same, or do you want to ask her anything
Yeah, I'll go
else?
to the last one. Same. Her brain about anything we can do for Thomas.
And she- Yeah, which yeah,
Parts.
and you see that this is definitely like the workshop for her bigger constructs. And she looks around. Oh, I'm sure we can probably find something, but I have some other designs. I don't wish to part with anything quite yet. If Kybereth is to be dealt with, oh, I would not part with my blueprints. What would a master crafter do when they just give away their secrets? But I'll tell you this. If you're willing to lean into finding that introduction that we spoke of, then I think perhaps myself and your other friend may be able to do something for Tonks. Maybe even yourself. In fact, I think I owe you at that, at the very least. But another time.
That's it. So, this is, we are truly to be friends from this point.
It pauses for a moment.
Whoa.
Yeah. As you begin walking over, you can hear this this loud and heavy thudding and like it sounds like full-on combat.
Little home screen.
Yeah. As you realize, and Medusius runs past you as just as she gets to the edge, you see her stop and then walk towards the edge. Everything fine up there?
You remember exactly what we said.
I said, I think the cat did.
Yeah.
Was
Really?
Was dead. Was dead.
As you
Oh,
both, as you both then eventually walk upward.
Oh, that's what buckets. Oh, maybe a triple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We have lint now. So,
That was expensive and good on you.
oh, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Which was funny. Yeah, the grocery store clerk. She was like, "Are these good?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, and then she asked, "Are they worth it?" I was like, "They're for my friend, so yeah."
Aww.
Yeah. She looked at me and just went.
Gosh.
I was like, "What?"
I just gave you that.
Probably. So, anyway, as you then walk up and you then see the chaos that has run amok within the area. I mean, the death of a party member is, I think, chaos to some degree, even if controlled.
And this was the battle testing that he was asking for
Mm-hmm.
4 weeks ago.
Correct.
Okay.
Which is funny because the last time a party battle tested one of these constructs, Jake, you were there. It nearly resulted in the disintegration of someone.
Oh.
But it was because, ironically, so something that's funny that never actually happened. Spell redirection is a feature that this construct has. So if you hit it with a spell attack, like specifically an attack, it can redirect it if it saves, which no direct spell hit it. You did call lightning, which hits an area, not the creature. So when the party fought it before, the wizard, who had not gotten a successful disintegration off the entire game up until I think another point later on, cast it, and it missed. So then it redirected to one of our friends. And it would have killed her,
Good
but I'm...
friend, right?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Good.
But I'm not a dick. You're right. So then I had just had Medusius counterspell it. Because
I remember that.
it's like, hey, we're all back at the table again. Okay, let's get a good little battle thing in. And then, oh, by the way, your character's reduced to ash. I'm like, we're not doing that. Fuck that.
I mean,
Yeah, I could have, but that's just rude.
I do believe, as they say in that Discord, coward.
What did,
Fair point.
didn't she touch a pool of blood? That
Yep.
Yes.
went
Yeah, that's how she
poorly
died the
as
first
well?
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit. Look.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of one of those where we're all like, we shouldn't touch this. And she's like, fuck it.
Yeah. Oh, she 100% did. Yeah.
Oh, so it's like Dorgirin in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. The difference though was that she did not have a super high constitution
True,
saving throw,
true.
and they had fought through a bunch of stuff, so her hit points were low, which then
I mean,
killed
if you're gonna do it, you gotta have stats to back it up, and Dorgirin does.
her.
I
Yeah,
love the
true.
TikToks that are like,
He's just
you know,
like, I love.
relax, wizard, it's only 4 damage, but it's like some mannequin just getting a
Oh, right.
obliterated.
By that baseball, yeah, that just punches a hole right through it.
It's only 4 damage.
Yeah. So,
I imagine Dorgirin is like, I could never be cursed. I am too quick for that. I would catch it.
oh, right, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Mhm. So, as you rejoin the party and see the cat brought back,
I will shoot him a glance and be like, I know what the fuck that is. Been there.
Oh, she's no.
You. You're the one that put down.
You and me and
so far everybody now, with one exception.
Are
No,
you
no.
saying this out
But-
loud?
no.
Oh yeah, no. So Rainier hasn't actually technically retired to the bed at this point.
Oh. That makes more sense. No.
But you're getting back up after having just been brought back to life. Yeah.
So out of character, who did go downstairs? Is it you?
You and me.
Dorgirin.
Oh, I was down there.
No, you.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
down there because
So it's those two that don't know.
Right.
Very-
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
us two.
Right. So I was saying, like, in character,
Rin is
like,
deer.
we've been
Although
making a point
we
of
have
not telling
suspicions.
them.
Right. Nothing happened.
We do have
Nothing.
suspicions because we did
Oh,
roll
yeah.
for that last time. We're like, something happened.
Right.
And we just walk away.
Yep.
Yep.
I rolled real bad on the deception.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't trust it. And Vinder's like, oh yeah.
I think your
They're
character's
lying.
only sus because your player knows.
I feel like if Daruk is being deceptive and it's detected, which it was,
No.
then something else happened down there. But
Yeah,
what?
we would know that
Who's to say?
something's up.
Yeah.
Y'all are keeping secrets.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, as Rainier went to sleep, metal was recovered. You all are well in your individual places. So we left off with Ishara being actually Ishara needing to be led back into
Lennon, yeah.
Do I need to take this?
Mhm.
5 on
4. Yeah. Which I think is your total number of arcane joints. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, Rin, I believe it was you and Medusius who were going to go retrieve Ashara.
We were, yep. Because
So,
we're the very best friends.
yeah. So as Medusius begins walking you up, and you can see as every moment you walk to what you recall were one or another trapped room, you see with a wave of her hand and a few words, the effects either dissipate entirely or reduce. So within the room full of very bright lights that would cause somebody to just remain, they slowly fade and they look not unlike the just normal kind of lights within her lair.
What is that? Because there were some really fun lights and they were just dancing and I was dancing and it was great. It was a great feeling.
Oh yes, it's a charm effect, and well, if you look at them long enough, you'll just continue to look at them.
Oh, so it's not real? I wasn't dancing with lights?
Oh no, they're there.
Okay.
You'll just dance with them until you die.
Oh, okay. Well, that's less exciting. But it was fun for like 5 minutes.
Out of character. As
Yeah.
far as like Medusius where booby traps go, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, fair. Fair. Was significantly less excruciating, especially if you're not aware of your body.
As she then walks over and you see her look at the armor. Oh, there it is. Oh. You see her once again with the gesture of her hand. You see specifically the one where her ring is. She kind of does this little kind of hand-holdy gesture, and you see the armor just lift up in the air and it starts to just hover next to her.
You are so handy, and also that ring is so cool.
Ah, my own design.
Very talented. I was looking at it while, we weren't sure if you were dead, and it's pretty neat.
I was dead.
Translation. I really want one.
You then hear it just kind of slam against the ground as you actually hear the weight of it, that it is substantially heavier than even probably you initially had thought. She looks, I don't feel it's necessary to carry that the entire way, only to have to bring it back, so we'll have it sit there for now.
Fair.
Poison room. Another gesture, and you see almost like a parting of the Red Sea, this large vaporous gas just parts, and now there's an easy path to walk between the two.
Yes. Is the creepy snake in the middle still?
How many days has it been since you destroyed it?
I don't know, like 1, 2.
It should be back in a few days.
Oh, okay.
Continues walking, and as you get to this next point, you can see some of that thin wire and sharp metal filament actually has reformed within the kind of cubby that leads down into that path where you fought the spiders. She looks, did you deal with them? You did.
We did, yeah. Well, at least the big ones. You know, they exploding. Nice touch. Also, ow.
That's pretty. The big one
Yes.
dealt with as well.
Yeah. I think maybe one of the little ones survived. I don't know if it scuttled away somewhere.
What all did you do with the body?
Oh, we just left them.
Well, it should be back within a week or two, I think. She continues walking.
The little ones were kind of cute. The big one, creepy.
Yes, the little ones, those were the ones that we would be using to actually transport things and communicate.
Gotcha. Will they have to crawl on you?
Oh no, they form the ritual circles, so I should be able to set some up within either a bag or a box if you prefer. Something to that effect, something that you can hold, and then I may need to make them more durable. They're only usable once when they're outside of my lair. Maybe I should just give you more. Decisions to be made later. She continues walking,
Enjoy more spiders.
leading you on, and then eventually you get to those two large metal doors that are still pried apart now at this point, and she looks, this is where it all began. Well, to some degree.
And Shara said she'd pick up the doors outside.
Oh, it's kind of her.
Yeah.
Saves me some trouble. She should be, I think, probably within this area then.
Ishara!
Make no mistake, I will defend myself should she prove hostile.
Trust me. She's just like me.
As she looks and you hear, Ren! You see her kind of like almost excitedly, like not exactly like a skip, but like a bouncy run, runs over, and she see her just, her face lights up immediately as she begins running over towards you,
I run to meet her.
and you both just clasp. Oh, it's so good to see you again.
Oh, it's so good to see you. I've missed you.
You feel that heavy squeeze that you're like, okay, she's stronger. Yeah, she's getting her strength back.
Yeah, you are. Oh, really filling out this body. Okay.
Sorry. That's getting stronger, so
That's amazing.
I don't think I'm quite to my original form, but I'm getting there.
That's amazing. How's your flight length? Are you getting longer trips or?
It's I haven't actually been flying too much. I've been sticking pretty much just in town. There's so much to see there.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear all about it. But I'm being rude. Medusius, this is Ishara. Ishara, this is Medusius.
You see Ashara excitedly just kind of walk over to her with an extended hand, and Medusius, you see actually there's that brief moment of, okay, a pause, like this slight, not necessarily being scared, but like hesitation and caution as she reaches her hand outward and then shakes Ashara's. Shara, with two hands, clasps hers and says, I'm so glad to meet you. I've heard so many things from Rin. It's interesting though. An ancient being in Istoria. And Medusa says, yes, what wonders? I wanted to let you know I asked a favor and I have something.
Oh, okay.
Looking for a small casket.
She takes a bag on her side. There is a constituted form within here.
Oh, okay.
I've kind of become friends with the Duke.
Oh.
Nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
But I asked if he might be able to ask a favor, and I think given the circumstances and there was some sort of interest in me, it's a little suspicious, but nothing I can't handle. There is a body in
Good.
here.
Okay.
From what I understand, it was constituted, but it is inert.
Okay.
So, not originally living, just a shell, but it is a body.
Do you think that would work, Odysseus?
She looks. I generally work more with constructs, but I suppose. I think this is outside of my expertise, though.
Sure.
I can release whatever soul is within the tower, but in terms of placing it within there, I would assume you may be able to do that. As she looks over to Ashara, I think so. Yes, I should be able to do something like that. I mean, we can try. Admittedly, I don't want to take it out. It's
That's fair.
it's a little weird.
Sure.
So accurate.
You'll find out.
Skins.
We could save it for a big reveal.
So, shall we?
Yeah.
Lucius.
I
Yes.
met Shara before. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She was with us in well, we put her in a body with plasma and then we left her in a cow at our house.
So, as the three of you begin walking, Medusius is noticeably distant. Not physically so much, but just kind of quiet and not speaking much during this long walk back. As Ashara looks to you, so what else has happened? We've got in touch a decent amount, but anything else?
Well, apparently Kybereth came and like tore into Medusius' lair. Super rude. He's rampaging the world somewhere while also keeping a low profile.
Right, a multicolored dragon?
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I don't either. I've never heard of it before. Granted, I mean, not a lot of dragon lore on this plane anymore, but
They don't. I don't want to say they don't exist, but they don't.
sure. Yeah. I mean, well, like there's that whole history of like, the gods giving y'all a choice and having to choose either leaving or staying here and being imprisoned.
Not from here. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Medusius just kind of then pipes up. Quite fascinating what happens here. Yes, gods are weird.
She's not looking to share her new friends with anyone else.
No.
Like, you're my friend. You talking to me?
No, it really is interesting. Actually, Medusius is quite proficient with magic as well. We've been learning a lot from her. She's got these really awesome booby traps set up in her lair. And, Ishara, I know that you and I, we do our like conspiracy wall stuff with all the science and things. And honestly, I think you two would be really hit it off really well. You talked about some projects and stuff. And,
Oh, sure.
Medusius, if you have any knowledge you want to poke about.
Any thoughts on the astral sea? She asked Medusius. Many. Just keep talking. Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything you'd like to share? Not presently.
Okay. She's
Okay.
understandably a little leery, dragon, considering one cat came.
Oh, right. I'm. You see her just kind of pause. I am so sorry. Of course, I didn't think about that. It's This must be strange for you. Medusius kind of looks white.
Honestly, Ishara, I think it might go a long way if you made like a promise not to like harm her in her own home.
Oh, of course.
Trip,
No, I have no intention of doing that.
Watch Tony talk to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secretly, as soon as we leave, Ashara's gonna take over the place.
Yeah.
No, I was removed from my own body. I would never do that to someone else. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for what happened, and I wouldn't have changed a thing. But it was an arduous experience to go through, and I would never want anyone to relive something like that. Medusius kind of, you see her at that point actually look over her shoulder. Thank you for your honesty. Let's just keep moving forward. Okay. Eventually, sorry.
So what are you up to? How is the Mage Guild? Have they been welcoming? Have you been going in the library?
Very much so, yes.
Good, good.
Been talking about, let's see, there was some stories they've shared. I've shared some of mine about my expertise with the Astral Sea and, kind of traversing there with astral projection and things, and how the dangers of such a place are ever present, and that there are, of course, and they know about some of the pieces about the many different portals within the space that you could just go to another plane of existence. It's kind of a realm between realms and all that. But they also were very, very interested in actually me. I didn't reveal too much about my origins, mainly that I visited that space quite some time. I think they might think I'm an astral elf, but I don't match them, so I don't.
Well, maybe they think it's a glamour. Just a really high.
Oh, that makes sense.
Speaking of, I met astral sea elves.
Really?
Yeah,
Where at?
we went to Milvarna,
Okay.
which is the Elven city, and they were there as
I've
rectors.
heard of that. Wait, really?
Yeah, apparently something happened and they lost their home, so they came to live there. Actually, Daruk can plane shift. Daruk can plane shift. He learned how to plane shift, and I didn't know if maybe you'd ever want to go home and visit, but I got a tuning fork.
Oh, if it's all the same, not interested.
Well, that's fine. Yeah.
At least for now. I would caution going there still.
Sure.
It is as I mentioned, a realm between realms. There are things in that space that are wondrous and beautiful and indescribable, but
Oh, yeah, the way that they spoke and the things that they talked about, it was just sounded like a really amazing place.
but there are also things that are terrible and horrible and indescribable. And it should be a place, I think, visited through ideally astral projection before you decide to go there.
Sure. That makes sense.
It's good to visit, but with caution.
Weird thing happened. They took a piece of my hair.
Interesting.
They we needed this flower for, it's a long story. Anyway, they had this flower that we needed to trade for, and they would only take something from the astral plane, and they took a lock of my hair,
I see.
which I thought was weird because I'm not from the astral plane. But I just assumed it had something to do with our connection and, when you, saved me.
Yeah, that could be it.
Oh. Anywho, I thought that was weird, but then they were, really, really sweet to me, so that made me feel good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But, anywho, sometimes when I look really close at it, I see something in the right light. I'm looking at the
in
cave
the
walls.
Underdark,
I'm like, there's no light.
Where's a moat? Where's a moat? She looks. It's probably. I don't know if this is the right lighting for it. She kind of looks around.
Yeah. No. Anywho, it was kind of cool, and they seemed really sweet, and I'm sure they'd love to meet you. If they knew who you were. But totally get that's totally your call. But should you ever want to talk to some people from your homeland, they're there.
That would be nice. In truth, I'm not strictly from the Astral Sea, though.
Oh.
But I visited there very often. My technical, actual origin home was the Feywild.
Oh, we have to go there.
That place, similar to the Astral Sea, not quite as dangerous though. But there's so much to see there too. It's vibrant and beautiful, and also can be scary at times too. But I'm certain you all could handle yourselves there.
Oh, thanks. We're certainly gonna try. Oh, and Medusa, so you remember how I told? Well, did I tell you? I don't know. We made a bargain with the Archfey of Summer, and we told him we'd bring him Matash because he's apparently got bad blood with Matash. And
Wait, are you speaking to Ashar or Medusi's? Medusi's,
Ishar.
right? Oh, okay.
Well, well, I think we had explained this to Medusa.
You did, yes.
Yeah.
That's why I got confused there for a second.
So I'm like, I don't remember if I already told you this, but we made that bargain, and so like we have to collect Itosh, and Medusa might be able to help us with that.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's kind of amazing. And but then we might need to go see Jack.
Oh, right, the other Archfey.
A winter.
Wait, so you have two that you've met now.
Yeah,
What's you so fancy?
I know. I kind of feel like bumping elbows with all kinds of people.
No kidding.
Punching way outside my weight class, but that's okay.
Oh, I don't know about that. But that is quite the feat.
Yeah.
So, are you friends now with the Archfey of Summer, too?
Friend is a strong word.
Ah, okay. That makes, no offense, a bit more sense.
Yeah,
It's,
he seems a little persnickety.
that does not surprise me. Some Archfey, I'm sure, have the capacity for great and fun adventures, and other ones probably more manipulative, if not just potentially hostile at times.
Yeah, his default settings seem to be hostile.
But willing to make a deal, so that's always good.
Yeah, very willing to make a deal, especially for the right bargain. He seemed very interested in Itosh, and he gave us some valuable information about on Nug Knock. This shattered.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Ignignant.
Well, that sounds like a
Ignignant.
overall good experience then.
Yeah, I think so. Like, net positive for sure so far.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, we have a bit of a timer on the getting him Itosh thing, though. We have to do it within a year. So that's why we need to talk to Jack, because he might be able to help us with the time thing.
Oh, right, manipulation of the Feywild. Jack doesn't live within the Feywild, though, does he? I didn't think he did.
I don't know.
Well, interesting.
More than ask. Medusius actually had the idea, and I had no idea that he could do that. So I thought it was really, really cool. Although,
Oh, yes.
we have been catching her up a bit on the history of things. So, like the fact that the Archfey's relationship with this plane is a little bit strained because of the bleed.
Yep.
The bleed.
Oh, I see. Well, that's interesting, though.
Yeah, when Jack put us back, he said that he couldn't direct where exactly he was putting us back on this plane, just that he could get us to this plane.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
It'd be dangerous, depending on where you end up.
definitely. Luckily, it worked out that time. So.
Whole party.
Oh, yes, I do.
It's obnoxious.
It is. I got the big one.
The big.
He's got 4 rows of cookies.
Excellent.
Hey, as it should be.
As you then kind of hear Medusius pipe up that point. Yes, I think that an Archfey with the ability to manipulate time dilation going into the Feywild would be advantageous, especially when one has certain, say, goals in mind. If you can... You see her pause for another moment. We should discuss things with Orgira when we get back.
Sure.
Good. See Ishara kind of look at you like, okay.
I say in her mind, I don't know, she's weird.
She sends back. Yeah, I can see that.
She's a little standoffish, but I'm working on her.
Good. You do have a way with people.
Yeah, we'll see. She's not exactly people, but I'm trying.
Well, and she looks over to her. Well, good luck.
It's also where I really wish Medusa is just like, I can hear you.
Right, yeah. Actually, can she? No, I'm just fairly certain she doesn't have telepathy.
You're the DM. She has whatever you want her to.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna be fair. So, as you eventually continue walking back, you get to the point where that armor is, and you see Medusius once again. Quick flick of the wrist and just kind of lift off the ground.
I continue, like, as we're traveling, to like try and entice Medusius with like little tidbits of like common things that they're interested in, just like throwing things out there. Ashara and I are mostly carrying the conversation, but I keep trying to reel her in.
She remains quiet for most of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, make a persuasion check though.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. You do get like those every once in a while, like somebody who just can't help but kind of get like roped into the conversation as best as you're like putting out feelers and stuff. She's like, she just says like a few words every time, which you know that she's definitely trying to be reserved, but can't help but every once in a while just get into the conversation. But
Every once in a while, I'll throw in a wrong fact, and she just, like can't help but correct it.
Right, yep. And she takes the bait every time.
Actually,
Right, exactly. Yep. But you know this, and you're just doing it the entire time. Yep. So, as you all eventually get back to Medusius, or as the three of you get back to Medusius's lair, and you return, the group is just hanging out, I guess. Whatever you guys were doing in that time is up to you.
Sleeping.
Right, yeah, you were actually down.
I'm trying to figure out how to get to Milvain.
Yeah. How do I get it?
I think they refer to that as OCP.
It's Sean here.
You know,
You see her come out and just, hey everyone, it's good to see you all again.
Oh god, they're both back again.
What?
Hey.
He's
What's
being
wrong
a
with
shit.
him? You don't get to ride a dragon. It should.
Sometimes I wish your character was more of a smartass. That would have been like, oh, see.
define ride.
Right, exactly, right? I was waiting for somebody.
That's where I was going.
Yeah, for sure.
Yet.
Sure.
What up?
hi.
So,
Hey.
Lord
Yeah.
he walks up to her and
Hello, friend dragon.
he's very kind of like nervous about why he approaches her. He starts by saying, "Thank you so much for answering the call.
Absolutely.
We were trying everything, and I hate to disturb you, but it's dire importance. And everyone else that I tried to contact and ask for aid either didn't respond or out of their realm.
I understand. Bryn told me a bit about what we're going to do. I admit, I've not done anything like this before. I've only actually bound myself to Rin. I've never tried actually binding a soul in this process, but I'm more than willing to assist. And I think potentially with Medusius, we might be able to pull this off.
I would also like to mention that you were my first choice, so like I reached out to you first. I didn't try to reach out to anyone else first. I'm just saying.
Well, thank you.
I was just passing lines everywhere. I just wanted any and all kind of.
No, I know. I'm just making sure that Ashara knows that she was first on my
Right.
list of like people to contact.
She'd almost forgotten about you.
So,
You're asleep.
right, yeah. So she looks to you. So, I have a body within a bag. It's a kind of smaller one, but it's meant to a kind of extra dimensional space of limited capacity, though. So it's not a complete body. There's no soul within it, so there's no worry about us having to do anything unfortunate. But it was one created through magical means. So we can use it along with the dust, I believe that we possibly still have, to try to guide it to the form that you so desire.
That would be unfortunate.
So processing in and out of character. In character, should I roll stand? What I've just been told, like, especially the portion of like a magically constructed shell.
Like
Just want to make
Ashara's
sure
body.
everything's on the level because there was a question what necromancy is involved.
Right.
So,
But it doesn't have a soul, so we're not evicting a soul.
right. But is this just a different version of a warforged?
It's no different than the body we created for Ashara, right?
Are you asking Ashara? So is this an in-character conversation at this point? Okay. She looks. It is different. Because the body that was grown for me was from core components that were effectively grown together. This is more of a shell of what could be a body that we are then going to guide into its proper form. It's like having a doll made out of clay, where you're then going to sculpt it into the desired form.
Like a golem?
Kind of, yes. But much more elaborate. Nothing like an arcane construct. This is effectively, as best as I understand, and I'm no master arcane practitioner when it comes to this sort of thing. I traveled Astral Sea, but this is outside of my realm of expertise. From what I understand, this is effectively what a clone would look like, but a blank slate, so it hasn't been made into anything yet.
So we could conceivably make it look like your daughter, as she should be.
That's the thing. We'll use the reincarnation dust to bind the soul to the body, but also try to form the body to the exact specifications that you want, what her form should have been.
This leads me to the second question. So, what deal do you have to strike?
Well, I've become friends with the Duke. And he asked for
There are benefits.
a lock of my hair.
So please,
What's with locks of hair lately?
I'm telling you, man. Like,
Well-
witch magic.
As she looks, a lock of my actual hair.
Oh. You showed him?
I did. It was important.
He's trustworthy. He has secrets too.
Why would you do this? Dragons have hair?
Wait, what?
I said dragons have hair?
No, this one. So I gave him some.
Sure.
It's fine.
He is trustworthy.
I hope
But
so.
we have his secret too, so.
So is there something
Right.
this
He's a
like
guy.
dragon hair, like super rare? Does it have back?
Oh, it's like super rare.
The type of dragon that she is the only one that has hair. Pretty
She
much.
is Falcon. With a moon nose.
Yeah. She has a horn on the back of her head and then a horned nose, so it all forms like a crescent moon.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she's got this is like the Moonstone dragon. It's not my own design. I wish it was, but they actually have locks of hair and like little beards too. She doesn't though, because it'd be.
Why
cool,
does she
but-
have a beard?
I just don't want to have a beard.
She's too
Yeah,
cool to have a
swirly
beard.
goatee.
Yeah, yeah. But she has a mane full on. Just
Love it.
maybe it's Maybelline. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you guys said.
So, yeah, just take her. Express that, and I have this was 2,000.
I trust him. We've become good friends.
You know?
She looks at you again. Not like that.
You have to admit he's a good looking man.
Of course he is, but he's a man.
Well,
Oh.
fair. Okay. Yeah.
I have no.
Not a dragon man.
Oh.
So then I look to Medusa's. Pretty much like, I'm anxious at this point, right? I want to get this done as soon as possible. I feel like victory is, well, that's
She looks at you. Ready then?
absolutely.
Let's go to the tower.
Sprint.
Gotta go fast.
We're all just like walking. What can as we're walking, I'll be like, what can I do to help? Can I lend any expertise or
One moment while I do this. I
Ooh.
forgot. I forgot I can do it over here again.
Magic
time.
lighting.
So, as you walk, oh wait, hang on. That's right. There was one thing I did want to do on here, which was turn it to the cycle, because I like that. So now they'll just shift through these colors, because that's fun. Yeah. So, as
Do a strobe effect.
right, yeah,
It's a rude sound.
yeah, Daruk sandstorm. Yeah. Just yeah. Yep.
Like,
Right. You have you cast dancing lights and they just swirl around you. So, as you all begin walking over there, and Rin, you then ask again. Not again, but you ask.
No, she's pestering.
Right, yeah. What can I assist with? Hey, what can I assist with? Hey.
Hey, hey, how can I help? How can I help? Hey, but no, really, how can I help? Ellen.
You see, as Ashar looks over to you, I think just staying close. By me preferably.
Of course.
I'm worried, so just be close.
Yeah, you got it.
Thanks. See Medusius, with his kind of calm demeanor, walk over. She spins the giant kind of bulkhead wheel that's on this door, as it then unlocks and reaches it open. Goes over to the core kind of structure within the tower, this metallic pillar where it's almost that view hole within the center of it. She looks over. Now, Ward, this is going to be hard to see. But when I release her spirit from here, I'm going to need to effectively bind it to make sure it doesn't move on.
To what?
Well, I can bind it to you, or I can attempt to contain it within a circle. We can have the circle overlap with the body and the reincarnation dust.
Well, that sounds far less complicated than tethering it to Ward and then untethering it.
The complication, though, would be you'll see her form. And she may be in pain.
I cast blindness. No.
She may be fine. I don't know. I've never released a spirit without having it bound to a body directly.
he'll just kind of hang his head. Pressure himself, whatever it takes.
Understood. So to the circle then?
Circle.
She walks over and you see her reach over to a pouch and grab some what looks like just arcane dust or something out of a pocket. Your dust as well? Or maybe? And Shara, she looks over. Would someone else do the honors of the... Also, we'll need someone to dig a bit.
Dig a what?
Dig. We'll have to place the body in the earth. You see, and Tong starts to dig, and his claws are scratching against the rock, but he's able to kind of wrench its way in there.
It's a digging creature after.
Mm-hmm.
Boys, could one of you grab the form?
Form, what do we call it?
Isn't weird at all.
It's just a fleshy.
As you reach in and think, you pull out what is approximately a 3-foot tall body that is nondescript in features. Vague humanoid face. It looks kind of like a Slender Man face, where yeah,
Okay.
yep, but nothing really there. Yeah, but yeah, effectively, what is about the size of a child-sized mannequin doll, about 3 or 4 feet. Well, 3.5 feet, and it
Not sure if that's.
doesn't have hair, doesn't have any sort of real identifying features, but it, unlike a mannequin, is not some sort of stiff form. It is just kind of lifeless and yep.
Okay.
Oh, the Duke just had this laying around.
Right. We questionable.
No, I believe he grew it.
Oh, like a golem.
So
We can grow these things.
I can't.
That's right.
The detective brain is like, there is one spell of wizardry that lets me know where the spell clone comes from. Anyway,
So,
yeah, Ward starts dismantling. Starts doing ratchets on his backpack.
oh, okay.
Takes off. Takes it off. Takes off pocket belt. It basically strips down a bit to his
Just core form.
battling.
Oh, okay.
Just got blacksmith's cooler battling. Takes the pockets.
Yeah.
Do you know we'll be able to get through to her when she's bound to the circle?
That is where Ward will come into play. If we're able to call to her and speak to her, it may be enough. This may be hard, but I think you're the best one to do this.
I would ask for assistance from Ray.
Can I use?
At this point, you see Medusa start like tracing a like kind of runic circle with the dust, and she begins kind of inscribing different runes within it into the ground, which she recognizes necromantic by nature.
Renner's still.
I mean, I had no idea that you're doing it.
Well, it's up to you if somebody may have woken you up or not.
Shit.
Yeah.
Man,
Do you really want me involved in necromancy?
wouldn't mind your expertise, honestly.
But I'm not gonna be funny. I don't have any control. I am passed the fuck out.
Oh, okay.
So, if you guys, I don't know what's happening. So,
Somebody could have woken you up, but you wouldn't have done so yourself because you're exhausted.
well, yeah, and I don't know that you're doing things. I'm asleep.
Right.
So, if you guys woke me up, sure, I'll be there. If not, I am passed the fuck out.
Well, then we could just say general consensus.
She's probably like, don't wake me. Although you weren't trying to wake me up, you were trying to steal.
She was actually trying not to wake you up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would ask for Ren's assistance in this. What was the thing that you're doing with the mind manipulation type of stuff?
Yeah, it was. I was combining a couple different spells to be able to touch you. You mean?
Well,
That thing?
yeah. So my intent here is like Ward's worried about like if she is being dragged into this shell, and I need to communicate. Ward's like, I look nothing like I was.
Yeah.
I sound nothing like I sound, and I don't even know what my name was, so I can't communicate with her and her not see me as complete stranger.
I was thinking about that, and I was actually going to ask the deer if he could cast Major Image and essentially place a life-size version of Ward in front of Ward in his original body, and I'll bring up a little Ward in my palm.
You want to lie to her?
No, I just want to
You're
give her...
huge. This is Ward.
Yeah.
It's a tiny one. Not even real.
It's your dad, John Father.
Right. Yeah.
The father.
But just
Just thinking back to images of like goodbye line.
I can't. I don't know if I have anything in here that I could manipulate sound with. Is the thing.
Why are we lying? Like, just,
I'm not
tell me
trying to
the-
lie.
of truth now?
yeah.
I'm not trying to lie. I'm essentially going. I was trying to think of a magical way that I could convert Ward's voice into Ward's voice because I've heard it.
Well, so that's my line of thinking. What I was thinking was maybe you can tap into my memories and provide me with the information that I would need to mimic. I do have a
Will you?
uncharacter sheet out there.
Oh, well, you were there. You have your memories of your voice.
It was you.
When we were together. You still have those.
Yeah.
So
Would
you could
she-
theoretically mimic your memory.
Would the child even remember? Like, how long has she just been a spirit hanging out?
Well, we're hoping that she would respond to her father, which is also why I was hoping that the visual of her father might help.
Well, I can. It allows me to create sound.
It does.
The image appears in a spot that you can see within range and lasts for the duration. It seems completely real, including sound, smells, and temperature appropriate to the thing depicted.
So you could essentially, Ward could say the thing and you could repeat it from the image.
If I knew what this was, I don't know.
Necromantic psychic game of telepathy.
Yes. So Ward, you'd have to replicate your voice so that Vadir could replicate it within the.
Is there not?
Yeah, sure.
It's like no, I'm like no, little bit more bass, just a little treble,
Francine, help me with this
Yeah.
mouse.
a little more
Yep.
nasally.
Of course.
Since you're already like mimicking the voice, you can just talk on it to
Okay.
make its mouth match
All right. We'll do that.
as best as I can.
And so, what Odysseus, or was it Ashara, who was asking me to guide her to the.
You can't believe you're
Right. It was Medusius, yeah. Yep.
It's a bad dub.
You can get straight from Japan.
It's like that Michael Winslow skit where it's the no, not
You got the video, but you didn't receive the script, so now you gotta ad-lib it.
he does this like skit. Michael Winslow is from like what is the cop movie that he was in? Police Academy.
Oh, okay, right.
He does stand up, but he does sound effects. That's like
Right.
his shtick. And
Yeah.
so he does this like old Western dubbed in a different language.
Oh, that's
So, like,
awesome.
So like his mouth is moving, but like he does the voice. So his voice is saying something, but his mouth is still moving long after the sentence has ended.
Nice.
It's kind of cool.
You're here.
That's awesome. Right, yeah. That's weird. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. The minute you said like the sound effects, I'm like, yep, got it. So, as Medusius begins to walk away, she walks over to, she mentions actually, to, I think it was Rin, you've got the dust. She looks over to you. Go ahead and sprinkle that over the body. And whoever wants to put the soil back over it, do that once the dust has been spread. She walks over.
Salt.
Yeah. Ew, gross. So she walks into the tower, kind of shouts outward. Okay, Ishara, when you're ready. Ishara kind of looks, okay, I think,
My place next to Ashar.
yeah. She looks, okay, Ward, if you want to, I guess it should be ready. Stand next to the rune, and we'll start.
Vadir?
Last 10 minutes, so I don't know how long this casting's
The spell last time.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
How long does the casting take? Or like, well, we'll be letting her soul out immediately. So
Yeah, I imagine it'll go quick.
yeah,
so.
do it now.
Yeah, awesome.
There's a not Ward standing in front of Ward.
Okay, cool.
Oh, looks like you, but not you.
So, as Ashara looks, okay, here we go. Hit it! You then hear this kind of charge of electricity as you can see lightning start arcing off of the top of the tower, where this like weird kind of arcane machinery begins to spin, looking almost like some sort of like orrery or something, where you just see all these different components start moving around. You can see bolts of lightning start shooting off of it. As you then hear Medusius shout from within the tower, "Here we go!" As you see this surge of energy spark off the tower of this lightning, a greenish pulse comes off of it. As you see one kind of vague, wispy, like almost spirit, indistinct in its form, begin to drift downward. As Ashara looks, that should be it. Here we go. You see her kind of focus and place her hands on the circle and just begin looking like she's focusing some sort of energy into it. The runes on the circles begin lighting up with also this kind of green, almost sickly, but still bluish green color as it traces out around the circle of this rune.
And his sleeper near twitches.
I mean, I was gonna say, I was like, how far? These are sound like big, loud.
Oh, they are.
Things, so
Absolutely.
I figured. I don't know how you want me to see if I actually wake up.
Honestly, given the severity of the sound and everything, I would say you do wake up.
Oh, fuck.
It sounded like lightning struck right next to the building, so yeah.
And we're underground.
Yep.
That thought follows like a minute later. Wait a minute.
I'm just gonna start wandering around. I don't really know where I'm going.
So you just kind of wander outward as you eventually wander outside, and you can actually see this now going on, where almost in a cage-like fashion, these bars kind of form around the circle as you see this wispy-like form land in the center of it and begin to actually take form within the circle. As you see what looks like a small elven girl slowly begin to actually take shape, you see her look with this scared expression.
As this all happens, I do the channel divinity for me, Ward, Ren, and Ashara.
Okay.
I cast guidance on board.
Okay.
What are you
I see a
trying to
sharp
get ready
look.
for over there?
What's that?
I was asking him.
I see Ashara look.
Promises?
Speak to her. Speak to her now. As you see this child look over and goes to touch where this kind of almost bar-like apparition forms around her. You see her hand almost spark off of it as she looks, reacts almost as though she is hurt. You can hear this kind of echoey, "Ow," kind of come out from her.
So, Ward speaks out using his original voice. So, Isabella.
You see her look. "Daddy?
It's me, John.
Daddy?
Hey, you need to come here. Come to me.
Where are you?"
To the city.
I'm mimicking the mouth movements and like.
Now, where is the illusion?
I was gonna say, my original idea was putting it like in front of you.
And then I would be standing where you buried me.
Okay.
Oh, you want to do it at the body?
So you want to be...
So if you want to be, if you're trying to like place it over me,
Yes.
you know.
So you're in the circle?
I'm slightly outside the circle.
Okay.
So if we're saying this is the circle, it's buried there. Like I'll be here. I'm assuming she's floating.
Okay, gotcha. Yep. You hear her say, "I can't see you. Where are you?" Shara looks. I can't get her in there. She's too uncertain."
I will tell her to follow the sound. At this point, I'm kind of growing a little bit. Feel like maybe I'm approaching. So I will put my foot inside.
Okay.
Come to me. Follow my voice. I'm here.
You see her looking around and start almost kind of moving about in the circle. The circle itself is only probably about 5 feet in its full diameter. I say only, but it's still a good sized one. But as she's moving around, you see her start to like almost bouncing off the walls until she finally takes note of your foot. As you see her go to grab for it, her hand moves right through your foot. Daddy, where are you? You can see her look with this kind of confused expression. What's going on?
The panic is. So I fully walked into the circle. I call it. I'm here, Isabella. Come to me, my little penguin. I'm here. And I start walking to my place. I'm just trying to keep talking so she comes to.
The image is what? Right.
Vidir, could I have you roll a spellcasting check? So basically this would be your d20 plus your modifier.
This still counts as a charisma ability?
Yeah.
While he's rolling that, if I'm walking up, do I realize what the hell is going on, and am I in any way useful?
Yeah, you're groggy as hell, but you look at it like, what the fuck?
Is that a soul?
Yeah, but yeah, you see what looks like a little ghost girl running about inside this circle. And
And there's like a freshly dug grave.
yeah. Yes.
Creepy at all.
Nope.
28.
Weird
Okay.
green hue
So-
lights are.
It is moving exactly where you want it to, although you feel whatever is going on in here like pushing it back and trying to get whatever your illusion is out. Like it is fighting with it. And you're able to actually force it through, but something's not quite right. Char looks to you. I think it's working. And as you look and you see Isabella look up at you, she looks up and you see her recognize you at this point. Daddy! As she goes over and tries to hug you, her arms go through you.
But it's also an illusion, so.
Yeah. I tried it. So everything will be fine. We just need to remain here a little bit longer. Or was it cheats? Is it gonna suck anymore, or is it like a Ghostbuster trap?
Yeah. So yeah, as you kind of,
Sorry, I
it's
don't mean to
okay.
break the
No, it's
moment,
fine.
But like, I'm
So-
so fucking confused right now.
Yeah, so as you look to Ashara, kind of asking what the intent is, what you're trying to get out of this, she looks to you and says, she needs to go in there, but if you get her to a calm enough point, we can guide her in.
So then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start humming a lullaby that I used to put her to bed with, and lyrics kind of go like, once upon a time, it's a fool that thought he would find purpose in his life. Just humming it. Trying to hold her at the same time.
Yep. As you see her recognize this and start to kind of calm, you see her look to you and just kind of, Daddy, is everything gonna be okay? I'm scared.
You will be fine. Never left you. Stay with me. We'll make it through anything together.
You see her kind of calming down, and you see her almost kind of take that like child I'm tired now kind of moment of she just lays down almost abruptly, and you see her body slowly descend within the stone and dirt. As Char looks, okay, I think this is it. One final push. As she looks down and you see her kind of focus, you see this moment of realization strike her eyes. It's not enough. It's not enough. There's not enough of her left. As you kind of look and you see Medusius actually at this point at the tower. She kind of looks outward and you can see her expression of remorse take hold. She's been in there too long. There's not enough to bind.
Soul. Put her through. Ready is the spell.
Can I make an argument check?
Sure.
You had a oh,
I have advantage?
yeah.
Okay, let's see if I get it.
Does she?
It's intelligence,
Okay.
wisdom, and
Yeah.
charisma.
I thought it was just starting out like.
Yeah, right. I have advantage? Just cuz?
No, wait, no, yes, that is
Yes.
23.
23? Okay.
But I know that there is a piece of her in Lord.
You're not sure.
Okay.
You may know that there's not enough of her left at this point.
But he has the memory of her.
But memory is not a soul.
Oh my life.
Yeah.
Big brother?
Oh god.
I rolled for divine intervention and I got a 28. So
I'll roll his blood.
What about you, Felix? Got anything?
No idea. Why?
he's got a sword.
Yeah. I can send her on if that's what you want.
I can end this.
Yeah.
Good. Well,
Ishara, what can we do? Can we
You don't want her in a bad state. So.
can we release her, or is there something we can do to coax more of her in?
I don't think there's anything left. I think if we're gonna do this, we need something else.
Like what?
shall- Tell me what it is. Anything. I will do.
Anything?
Anything.
I need you to lay down.
A sacrifice.
Do I lay down?
So anyway, I lay down.
I bet you wondered how I got here.
Right.
Yeah, I lay down and
Hi, I'm Ward. Bet you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
so like I lay down next to the dig and I have like my arms spread out, one over the mound, and I put the other one out and I turn my head and I look to Tonks, and he's kind of like pacing around a circle on the outside. I beckon him over and I put my hand on his little inside face and I grab his ear and tug it. He's a good boy. And then I look to Shara and I'll say, just give her the eyes.
Rin,
The Johnny Five alive.
whatever power you have, I need it.
Okay.
Send it through.
All right. I put my hands on the circle and her.
As you see, Ishara focus as best as she can. And this final surge of energy push through her and Rin. Go ahead and make a charisma check at advantage.
Is this like a save or?
This would be, a spellcasting check.
Okay. What was the second thing you said?
Spellcasting check, so it would be, actually no, this would be just charisma plus the roll. Sorry, so charisma check.
So, and then I have advantage.
Yeah.
Just my modifier.
Yep.
So that is 16.
16.
Those people.
Plus
His name Buffs. I'm trying. The Buff Buff.
18.
Okay.
Give her else stuff.
I can't give her no more.
I can't do shit else.
So is the way.
That's still there.
Oh, okay. So it's not a
Laying down?
concentration thing.
And just make it happen. 20 minutes.
Just to make things happen.
Or 10 minutes. 10 minutes slot.
So, as the final surge of energy moves through Ashara with Rin assisting, you see her kind of pause for a moment and look. It's done. Ritual's complete. You can see this expression on her face of concern.
Do we have to like dig her up or like?
Like, kill Beatrice.
In the arm, poking out of the ground.
You gotta dig her out of the ground pretty quick, otherwise she'll just suffocate.
Someone's down there.
Like just one or?
What do you need? Someone. So.
Someone is down there.
Is Ward moving?
You see Ward's
The lights
body
on?
is inert.
I'll go
It's
to.
a shame you guys used all those diamonds.
It'd be a lot harder to use it on you again.
Some
Oh, I thought you were just gonna like, yank yourself off screen like yeah, that.
Woo!
What are you doing in here?
Psychic ability.
Oh right, yeah.
I'll run into the circle and touch Ward's body and realize that I can't do anything to help that. So I start trying to dig up. I have never been able to supply the arcane spark. That's not the thing I do. Well,
So
Swear to God, if this is your damn necromancer coming out of the ground, we're gonna have problems.
And decapitate.
backup character activated.
Emily.
I'll have to do this to see if she can. Can you spark? Jumpstart him?
Car battery.
And she looks, I can start the body back up.
Phrasing that very weird. I will.
Insight.
I'm digging.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll run over and kind of try to pull Ward's body at least off of the buried.
At this point, you realize exactly how heavy Ward is, which has a Warforged quite. So,
I don't know what to do with my hands.
as you begin slowly, actually with the assistance of Vidir, not so slowly, hoisting the body over, you feel that just that heavy kind of thud as it probably slides and then eventually is placed back down. Rin, as you begin unearthing the rock and dirt, you find a small elven girl within the earth,
She awake.
currently unconscious.
I like try to like pull her out.
As you slowly do, you find a little elven girl, currently wearing a dress that you're kind of unfamiliar with.
Did it get close? That's creepy.
So, let's get this straight. I'm asleep. That's what alchemists is. They come in, see lots of things. He's now dead, and now we're digging a body.
We're digging up a little elven girl, apparently. Who put this here?
I have confusion and feelings.
I'll try to
Don't
wake
love
her.
what's happening.
Bella, sweetheart.
Gently wake her up.
Sorry, did we know the name of her before this?
Yes.
You said her
Okay.
name. Yeah.
Sorry, I
You were stumbling into the room
Yeah. Oh.
no, I mean, is that the first time you said it though? Was during all of
during
this?
the ritual. No, we went over this in the session where she dug into my memories. you're able to
That was
remember
a
her
huge
name and her face. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess
The
it's
day
first
he
time
made
you're-
his actual choice, when he decided to recover her name and not his. Yep, I remember that session well.
So Isabella starts to wake up slowly. She kind of blinks her eyes open and sees your face first. And then kind of panics and trying to figure out where she is, where her dad is.
Shh, easy. We've been through quite a bit. Easy. And I'll cast Call Emotions to soothe her a little bit. Just not like overt manipulation. Just
I was gonna say, right.
Just take the edge off.
Welcome back to living. Now you get to have your emotions managed by someone else.
Just like dulling,
Yeah, right.
dulling the ache
Take
a
your
little
pills.
bit. She's still feeling her feelings and thinking her thoughts. They're just not as extreme.
Right.
She'll kind of like scurry back into the garden. She'll look at her dad. Father, where are you? She sees looking body board there. And she doesn't pay any attention, but then she notices Thomas kind of like goggling across his chest belly area. She recognizes what it's constructed after, and she's slowly putting things together. So she turns over and scrambles in the dirt over to where the body is. Thomas. She doesn't know, but she has a feel. She kind of beats on his chest. Says, "You said we'd be together. You said that I'd be safe and that we'd be together." Tears are dripping down onto the lifeless machine. Tom's just kind of takes a big mechanical non-breath sigh, scoots closer to her. She's like pulling at the apron, trying to move him and get him to get up, but she just kind of leans on him, cries it out.
Medusius walks over, kind of places her hand on Isabella's shoulder. Child, I am so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen to you or your father. If it's any consolation, he was a good man. I saw that in him. Stay here for as long as you like. If you don't want to stay here at all, I understand. So you're kind of just take a step back at that point.
Really doesn't even look her direction. It's anybody's gonna see. She's shocked, distraught, out of character. I don't know how her well-being is supposed to be right now. I'm assuming that some sort of exhaustion.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a wee bit. This is a different kind of resurrection.
Yep. This would be the -4 to all stats
Yeah.
variety.
So she probably doesn't have the energy to even talk about it, let alone stay awake. Yeah, she's been prior. So. You want to talk about it?
The Medusius, I'll make tacos. Right.
What's something to talk about?
As Ashara looks over to Rin at this point. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what to do. We were through everything. Didn't have a choice.
And you would have done it.
So you kind of get up and I think I need a minute too. So you kind of go off by yourself.
I will cast Leovin's tiny hut around Isabella.
Hmm.
And I'll just sit with her while she sleeps. And just murmur to her so that she, to ease the, like, I imagine she's got like a little strange look on her face, you know, just murmur until she falls into a deeper slumber, and just remind her that her father is always with her and she will always be protected as long as we live.
As you sit there with her, and you cast hut right there, right? Okay. When you do, could I have you make a perception check?
We probably should. But they're quiet.
Not natural one.
That makes sense.
Wait, is perception intelligence?
Technically, you have it's wisdom.
Right.
You have advantage.
Well, let's see. That's better. That's a 15 with 11, so 26.
Okay. Nice.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Now
sounds like me.
26. Pendulum swings wide. Thanks for the chocolate, Tony.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely needed this. Yeah. So, as you sit there, and as time goes on, you have to stay there the entire time that you're in the hut. Otherwise, it will dissipate since you're the one who cast it. So, you have some time to sit there and think and just consider everything. But as your gaze wanders and kind of looks, you notice that inside the, for lack of a better term, grave that was dug, you see tiny Istorian growths within inside that space.
Oh.
They're not huge crystals by any means, but they're unmistakable.
I'll pass Isabella to Daruk.
Daruk does that, like,
Oh,
guy who doesn't know how to hold a baby holding a baby thing, where he's like
I'm just more like, I broke her head off of my lap
No,
and
yeah,
put it
yeah,
on yours.
which I was gonna say, yeah. As for your size, it probably is about the size of a baby.
yeah.
Even though she's actually like a young teenager, I think is
Yeah, I think it's
right. 12. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll go inspect the storage deposit, and I just kind of want to know, like, is it alive? Will it continue to grow?
As you kind of like thumb through it and that kind of thing, you see this almost like prismatic growth that is here. This kind of radiant color to it, though. It's unlike any you've really seen before. But it's not tethered to the ground, but it's there.
crush it up and snort it. Check its purity.
Yeah.
Rub a little bit on your gums.
Right, yeah. What is it? Ah, it's good stuff.
Put on board.
Sprinkle it.
No, that's the
Rice chicken.
Huh?
that's the other one.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay. I'll take out. Does it look like it'll continue to grow, or just like it's just some? Like it's just a one-time deposit.
What's that?
You threw him off with that one.
It's just the one and done. It's, you know, there might be a refraction period to it. You don't know.
Okay. I'll take out one of the pieces. And does it feel like it's imbued?
Make an Arcana check.
You did say it was storing.
Correct.
It's just unlike any storing she's ever seen. So she has experience with storing.
Rin, yes.
It's pretty
17.
expensive.
17?
17.
Oh wait,
One of
hold
the
on.
leading people in storing science.
Yeah, 17.
Man,
Right. Yeah. So yeah, as you're kind of looking it over, it sorry, what was the question?
Does it look like it's imbued with some like energy, like how Pyrene is
Right.
imbued?
No. But it does look different than the kind that you've encountered before.
Interesting. I'll keep it.
Okay.
Just the one piece.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just the one piece, actually.
So, as the time progresses, I was going to say day, but kind of hard to see what time of day it is necessarily, but it is, yeah, exactly. As the day does progress, though, hours kind of draw on. Eventually, Medusius goes to you, Dorgirin, and she looks and says to you, I understand tensions are high right now, but there is one matter that we should discuss.
Yes.
You can pick it up.
Don't worry about that. That's fine.
Okay.
You know.
That was his ball. He dropped it.
Oh shit.
Plop, plop,
Tuesday's
plop.
supposed to talk to me.
Right. She looks. Now, I understand your patron has interest in being restored to her power.
We
Connected back to the world. There is an issue with the Shattered and Kyber. I seek to do something that takes some time. As I understand, Archfey in their own domain have the ability to manipulate time, slowing it down, transversing from one section of the Feywild back to the material plane. If your patron would be open to the idea, I would like to do some work within her realm. Now, I don't trust her,
Well, she doesn't trust you either.
I'm sure. But if it is for your sake, and the sake of all others, the sake of Istoria itself, maybe there is a space that I can work that she will not find my presence disruptive to her plans.
Okay. I mean, I'll talk to her. I gotta get these moonstone back to Corfer and upgrade and fix up the mole some more so I can open up the portal to her realm.
Who is this Corfer that you speak of?
We not told her yet about him.
No, we've mentioned the being, but not the name.
We haven't mentioned what he is.
Because it's not our secret to tell. So fucked.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's just he's like a magic blacksmith. He's really good at enchantments and working with magic items.
Magic blacksmith, you say? Tell me by chance, is this the one that happened to work on Tonks and assisted Ward in making some adjustments to it?
Yes, right? Oh, yeah.
Well,
Are you like, is this happening like around where the hut is?
no.
Okay.
She would have definitely kind of separated Dorgirin with this conversation, realizing there's some tense conversation, going on, or tense feelings around that area, that general vibe.
Hilarious, like look over, just standing here like with that going on, and me not great with that. Could I have followed them, or would she have made it to where it's only up?
She would have wanted to have a one-on-one with Dorgirin, due to the conversation specifically around his patron.
No shady shit allowed.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to sneak, you're more than welcome to try.
You are at a disadvantage on literally everything right now.
She might have ways of detecting sneaky things.
Yeah, I'll take a, because I need to unfortunately make a change tonight. Mountain Dew Game Fuel.
Wow. Game on.
It's good.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess.
Was it the fist pump that you hated? Game?
Just the
Oh,
like a blue one.
that's not it.
Huh?
That's not it. That's the mystery flavor.
No, it was in a.
Oh, no, that's right. Sorry, it's not that. Yeah.
It was in a. It was terrible.
Oh, okay.
Anyone else? Cylinder?
Danke.
Here's my
Oh.
Whiskey.
So, right, getting back to the thing. So, as she, in some surprised fashion, interesting. I spoke with Ward, and we were to do I suggested an introduction between Corfer and myself, but given current circumstances, perhaps you would be interested in facilitating such an introduction.
Yeah, I can talk to him.
Press X. Down.
Excellent. I have much interest in learning whatever another master blacksmith may have gleaned in his time in the above world that I have not been able to visit him. Well, sometime.
Okay.
Cheers.
So, a pair of introductions then would be wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
And I am to understand you wish to get there with expediency.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
I can assist with that as well.
Okay.
Did you have a specific place in that vicinity? What was the, where does Corfu have his shop?
It's was it Milvain? Milvain. It's in Milvain.
Ah, yes, I'm familiar.
Yes.
It's been some time since, quite some time since I've been around that area. I can get you to Milvovana. That should be somewhat close.
Oh, yeah, I can get. Yeah.
She can send you to the Alvin City by yourself.
And I would assume that Gordon is coming too.
Oh, you mentioned that? Oh, yes, of course. I can send as many as I believe 8 creatures along with this means.
Yeah.
She thinks for a moment. If you have an exact spot you can describe in great detail, I may be able to get you to Milvain specifically, though, too.
Okay. Can I describe the Copper Rose?
Yeah.
So.
Explode into the parlor of the Copper Rose.
Me and the Gorgon
Decimate
just
the entire
show up right in the
tavern.
middle. We missed a couple of guests.
It like beams you down like it's Star Trek.
So, if you describe it to her, go ahead and make a, actually, you know what? Tell you what, yeah, make a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah, because this is effectively you're recalling what you've seen in the town, specifically the Copper Rose.
Okay.
And recalling it, you're going to try to convey that back to her.
Okay.
Dorkira just appears in the middle of the tavern, and the people who already are enthralled by us now think Dorkira is a god.
Just, I'm here.
I appear atop. Appear atop Gordon.
Right. Yeah. Hold on, Loki. Your savior has arrived.
Yes. He does a minuscule main flip.
16.
16. Okay. So you kind of describe all these pieces to her. She looks. Okay. I think I can get you there. When would you like to leave?
Oh, whenever you can send me.
Send you now if you like.
Okay.
You should.
Oh, okay. I'll let everybody know. Okay, bye. I'm heading to Milvain.
What? She like walk there?
Oh, she's gonna teleport me. Y'all want to come too, or you got stuff here to do?
Is this man just like here like, hey, so I'm leaving.
Bye.
You guys good here?
I mean,
You ready to hit the road? Like, let's
He
go.
knows what to do with his lifeless corpse.
Right.
Pick up 1,000 gold diamonds. while you're out.
This that's not like it's out of my wheelhouse.
yeah, pick up 2 while you're out. We'll give you money.
2,000 gold diamonds.
be in my at least 1,000 gold, several 300.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need.
Okay.
I need to.
1,000 gold and 300.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
You gonna write this down?
No, hang on.
Just etch it onto Gordon's side. Shopping list.
Can I get like a dry erase marker so I can write on his plate? I write it on my palm.
Yeah.
What was it to immediately go?
Yeah. How much do we think the upgrade for the mall is gonna cost?
Oh my god. Aren't you saving up for that yet?
And I got like.
I might be wasting 1,000 gold on the diamond, but if I'm not,
Do you need 1,000 or do you need the 300s?
I think it's gonna have to be 1,000 for what I'm gonna try.
Oh, okay.
Are you outside of the hut? Are you poking your head out?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. I assumed we were all having this conversation together, but yeah, I guess Rin and I are still sitting in the hut.
I would have. I would have taken Isabella back from you if you were visibly uncomfortable.
Yeah, just the
Well, I
like,
still
what do I do with
see-
my hands? But what do I do with this
Yeah.
kid?
I just
assume
meant
I
that, like, if you heard voices, you could go see what's up.
I'd like let you guys know that
What?
Dorgiran's getting teleported.
You like walk back, like you guys had kind of funneled out. You walk back. There's the hut.
I figured I'd stay next to the hut.
Oh, did
Just
you?
like stick my head in the
Okay.
hut.
Do it with my hand.
You can't. Wait. Actually, can you discern which creatures at any time, or is it only those that are inside the hut that you can actually allow in and out?
I think I can.
I can't remember.
See.
Yeah. I know there's some. I know Rin can't leave it without it being dispelled, but I can't remember the rest.
I can beat my head against it then.
Yeah. Yeah. You hit it and you're like, damn, this thing's hard.
She's
The one thing I can't break with a headbutt.
Can she stick like her head out of the hut, but not like keep like the rest of the body in?
Only people who are in it when I cast it can come in.
Ah, okay.
Which actually worked for me because Rid is like DEFCON 1 million, and she's like everything is a threat. And actually, when like Medusius walked up to her, Rin was visibly reining in, snapping at her to not touch Isabella. But she was like, Ward would not want conflict. So, like, the fact that Daruk is in the hut is a miracle.
Yeah, fair enough.
But he's so calm. It's fine. Do you can knock on it? I can see you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Hello?
Oh hey, y'all need anything?
Like, you gonna bring us some food? I mean, I guess we could eat. I'm not really hungry, but I should probably eat. Are you hungry?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess maybe
Always.
some dinner would be good. Yeah.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Clipping
It might be. It might be a
that
little
was
cool,
great. Like, that's not what I'm here for.
but
Just standing there watching this. Good.
I'm gonna be getting teleported to Milvain.
That's really far for dinner.
I know, yeah, but the local delicacies are just top notch,
So you're like getting takeout coming back, or
and
seems like a really excessive use of magic. But you know, I mean, if Medusa could do it.
but I was gonna stop by Corfer
Oh yeah, sure.
and get him to get him started working on my mall, because it's kind of better sooner than later.
Yeah, that makes sense. Tell him I said hi. I'm gonna stay.
Okay.
That's okay.
I might need to borrow some money for his services, but also
The real reason.
diamonds,
Yeah.
since we're out.
We've gone through 4 diamonds in the last 48 hours.
Corfer probably has some diamonds, right?
How many diamonds would you like to buy? Yes.
No, I'm sorry. You heard give me a lot of diamonds. What I actually said was give me all the diamonds you have. Did that use both doses of Dust of Resurrection, by the way?
No, just one.
Just one. Okay. Are you taking the mushroom for trade?
I mean, I guess I could. I didn't even think about that.
I have
Something after I eat it.
One
Go
for trade,
see-
one for me.
go see Rainier. I think he has the 22,000 gold pieces of various gems.
Oh,
Take that
dust.
for trade.
Okay.
And then it's 22,000 gold pieces. Or
All right.
get any less. They're quality gems.
Mm-hmm.
And then that should be plenty to fund you. But I'll give you.
I would think that 22,000 would be more than enough.
You sure? You
I
don't wanna
think
buy
so.
anything else? I mean, there's also diamonds.
Well, yeah, diamonds and stuff.
Maybe some potions, probably.
I mean, for the mole, I'm providing the resources. He's just doing the labor. So I would assume that it'd be a little bit cheaper than some of his magical items since he doesn't have to go and find the stuff. Yeah. And then how many diamonds?
At least
As many as he can has, or
Yeah, we've gone through 4 in the last 2 days. So
4. You still have diamond dust, right?
yes, I still have 200 gold worth of diamond dust. So 1,000 gold diamond. Don't know if that's gonna work or not, but and then 3 or 4, 300. Yeah.
well, ask him what if he's got any.
There's a jeweler in town. Too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Are you gonna be able to come back?
We haven't haven't found out yet.
Okay. Well,
That's not the
don't
important part
just
of work here.
let us know that before you leave. Otherwise, I might give you some more party buds just to see you back or whatever, and then I can reach you via sending.
We could meet in Ictal.
You could. Are you taking anyone with you?
Only if someone wants to go. Well, I mean, Gordon's coming with, but
Well, sure.
yeah, that's kind of given.
I figured he'd be going with you.
Before we spend 1,000 gold on the diamond, do I get the impression that resurrection on Ward would not work?
Make a religion check.
17.
17? This is outside of your realm of expertise, but you have no inclination that it would.
That it will work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get that 1,000 diamond anyways.
Might be good to have,
Okay.
just to be safe.
All right. I write it all on my hand. Those in gold diamond. Which, how do they determine what is 1,000 gold diamond? Like, would that vary from like city to city or region?
It's the value of the diamond if they choose to sell it on sale.
So let's
But
so like say if we buy like a diamond in like Milvain and it's 1,000 gold there and it works, but if you take that diamond to like in a tower where it's only like 950, and then try to use it, it won't work.
No, it would still work because the value of it's like and then Bryn realizes she's trying to explain something that he won't comprehend.
It's like the size and the quality, regardless of what people charge for it.
Purity.
Okay.
Actually,
So you're just looking for like a specific carat diamond.
Yeah.
kind of,
No, you don't want
like
carrots. You want
cut and clarity is important. The three
But that's how
C's.
they. I don't know why they
Important.
decided to use a root vegetable as to like determining quality of like gold and diamonds, but for some reason they do
maybe it's because they're underground too.
that. Yeah, well, maybe that makes sense.
They're not orange.
Ren
Oh yeah,
will hold on a second. I'll pull out some parchment. And
Gold
I'll
is
write it down
orange-ish.
for her. I'll be like, I'll explain the broad strokes of what's happened here. Christ himself to place his daughter's soul in a body and is no longer with us. We're staying here to see to her, but sending Dorgirin to get his mall worked on. I am sending him with what should be valued at this much if you could help him. And then, or send Rose to help him, or someone to help him. Make sure that he gets fair market value of this. I know he's not an idiot. I'm just like, you're not the haggler.
Yeah, no, I'm not the
So
haggler.
I'm like, maybe someone with some higher charisma could go with. But I'm also explaining that we are in need of these diamonds, and it also serves as a note for a list for Dorgirin to use as well. And then I'll mention something interesting happened.
Just walk. I would just walk into like Corfer's shop with a big bag of diamonds. How much can I get for a shit ton of diamonds or a shit ton of gems?
What do you mean by a shit ton exactly? You just
Oh, it's a metric shit ton.
Oh, I'll also mention we're in need of healing potions and stuff too, to just replenish our stocks. And Dorgirin's pretty good about getting numbers on that and stuff, but And then I'll mention something interesting happened when we placed the soul, a unique storing deposit cropped up, and I will take a smaller piece, still trying to keep like the core of it intact in case it's still growing.
sure, like a shard from it.
Give
Yeah,
him a little sample.
and I'll place it in a vial, one of the vials that I have, and I'll say I enclosed a sample. It's
100% tation.
deposit of story. Has almost radiant coloring to it, but it doesn't seem to be imbued with anything in the way that pyrene is. Thought you might be interested to analyze it, but please let me know your findings. Obviously emotionally invested in figuring it out. But... And I'll just, sign that and all our love.
Right.
Rin. And I'll go, okay, Dorgirin, there's a list in here for you and for Corfer. And then there's also a vial tucked in the scroll here. So just don't lose the vial that needs to get to Corfer.
Okay. Let's stick it in my bag of holding.
As Medusius eventually comes up and looks to you. I'm sorry, I thought you were ready to leave.
Well, we should check in to see if anybody else needed anything.
Oh, I see.
Sorry.
Oh,
Will
no,
he
it's
be
fine.
able to come back?
As
I say from behind the dome, but no one can come in.
Yeah, she kind of looks at... Not easily, no.
So normal travel.
Unfortunately. The means... Actually, if you have someone with knowledge of... Well, no, I can't exactly let that through. Tell you what, if you run out and grab... just a rock from outside, that should let you get back to that point. If you need to come back here specifically.
A rock from outside the cave.
If you actually have anything from Milvain that has been there within the past 6 months, I can get you there with near certainty.
I've been there in the last 6 months.
I more so need an object.
Like, come a rock out of between his stones. He's like, that's probably it.
My mole's been there in the last 6 months.
She looks It's an object taken from that place.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
it has
like,
to have been from.
Do you
bottle of
have your
alcohol
cask
or
from
yeah.
of Sunny D or anything? Your empty cask?
I didn't have a cask of Sunny D. I had a cask of like that mint ale from the halfling town.
Oh, yeah.
From anywhere.
I thought you had a cask from.
I think I had
know
it.
You traded one, but I thought you had one too.
I think I had a keg at some point, but it wasn't. It was from Milvan, but it wasn't Sunny D. It was just like whatever Rose was selling.
Any object from Milvain will do. Parchment.
Take out my second. This was made there.
How long ago?
What idea?
You're gonna give that to Dory.
Oh, it's the dragon one,
Yeah. Oh.
not the one I use.
Oh, I don't think that one would count. It didn't really. It wasn't in residence there for very long.
Ah,
It was made there.
Technically, well, it was remade there, but originally it originated from something else.
yeah, if it was reforged, that should be enough. I think.
Oh well.
Was that made by this Corfu?
Yes.
That should work then.
You're just gonna teleport into Corfu. He's gonna come out black.
Well, I would need to send the person with the item. So if Dorgarian comes back with it, then yes.
Do you want to go with him?
What are we doing? I'm still also like, did my exhaustion go away or no?
Yes.
Oh, is it that long?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to sleep for 8 hours, so I mean, this is an intense time. So,
Okay.
and you slept a bit beforehand, and the travel of Rin going up and back. So, yeah.
So what is the whole plan here moving forward? I don't. You're going there to work on your hammer because, of course. Are we just moving? What is the game plan here?
We've
I'll
got
be back. You
Bro,
talk
I
amongst
don't know.
yourself.
I'm dead.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know.
Bro, I don't know. He's dead.
That's why I'm just like, he's not even cold yet. We're just dipping out. So I was like,
Did he have body heat to begin with?
that's how quick we're going.
I guess. But
Core.
yeah,
Did it produce heat though?
right. Yeah,
That's not even.
that infernal heart.
Yeah.
Give him a soul core. 5.
Haven't played her far enough yet.
He's at an icy internal combustion engine.
Oh yeah.
And give him an icicle. He'll be fine.
So as Badus kind of looks, with the sword and whoever wants to go, I can send as many as everyone there, including your new friend. But if you all wish to split, that's fine too. Stay as you like. It does not matter to me.
I just want to plan before we do the things so that way we know what we're doing.
I don't know.
What are our plans for Ward, and what are the plans for Izzy?
It's unexpected. I don't know. Still in the
I was
spitball
expecting we'd be leaving with both of them, so I'm kind of at a loss.
Yeah.
No one planned on being guardians today.
Kick Izzy awake. Hey.
Good job, kid.
Right.
On your own.
This is gonna sound absolutely insane. Did we leave it with Medusa?
You're right. That does sound absolutely insane.
We could take her to Rose.
I'm back. So, my dead body.
Right.
Oh wait,
Full on Five Nights at Freddy's. This whole thing.
What if we just took her to the middle of nowhere?
I mean we could take her
She
to.
might have family there.
Well,
Could take her to Milva Varna.
Years old.
Is it 1,000?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
she's like getting.
Well,
Only
maybe,
like elves live a long time, so that's why I thought it was like a couple hundred. I was like, maybe.
Elves
I mean,
live, yeah,
there
at
could-
max 750 years.
there could be a couple of.
That's it. Yeah.
There could be some druid elves there though.
True.
Or
Druid.
descendants. There could also be descendants.
All right.
Or
'Cause that's only like 3 generations. Also, there's probably
No, it's not.
Well, if they live 700 years old.
Yeah, oh,
750.
it's been more than just even a few thousand. I think
I'm guessing.
Hear me out though. Odysseus can teach her how to fix and maybe even upgrade Tonk. Teach her how to take care of herself and do exactly the same kind of shit Ward did.
How did Dougie?
I mean, Odysseus is a similar aptitude, but elevated.
I completely understand it sounds completely insane. And I'm sure Medusius would not agree to it anyway.
Buy Rin.
Yeah. Now that Rin's back, yeah.
Yep.
We're leaving Izzy with
Daruk said out loud, this sounds insane, but should we leave Isabella with Medusius?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Just
Why?
no.
And I'm sure Medusius will
Yeah.
have the exact same reaction. So.
Yeah.
She's got servants.
Absolutely not.
Why? One good reason.
Because she's going to my parents.
That's much more reasonable.
or what about to Milva Varna with other elves?
She'll start with my parents. Nowhere is safe except with my parents, who can get her to safety.
What is she in
I don't
danger of?
trust the elves. I don't know anyone there.
Her elves. We know Vera.
They're ruled by
Yeah, he seemed like a real warm and fuzzy.
Same exact answer. Hey, kid, get a job.
When I think of parents, I definitely think of Vera.
He's
You
got
know,
two
hand
elves.
in hand,
Right, yeah.
really. Father figure, Vera, word association. You know, just spitballing here.
He was a hermit in the woods before he became the Ranger General, just to we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
I barely speak to people,
Yeah,
but I can
It's a-
teach her survival skills.
yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
severe inconvenience to talk to
Yeah,
people.
he could teach her how to like, survive.
True.
The only reason I suggested Medusius is she could teach Isabella how to do the same thing that Ward would have taught her how to do, tinker and fix things and build things.
I mean, if that's
But
the
there's-
case,
there's
then
other people.
Corfer
I know.
would teach
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
That was
One-
my
One day, I have this girl's life mapped out. Don't you worry. I've got multiple avenues depending on what I'm her mom now.
But she
okay?
lives, but she'll live longer than you.
Look at me.
Yeah, well,
I'm the mom now.
Yes. That's not the point, okay? All children outlive their parents, so.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Children outliving the parents? Yes, that
Oh,
works
yeah,
for
yeah.
both of us.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, if she's like a 12-year-old elf, she won't even reach like adulthood until like 50.
We'll figure it out. She needs a
now
stable,
Isabella's even
loving
more
home
relatable.
environment to start, and then from there we can discuss alternate paths.
like
If the world
Emily's
doesn't
player
end.
is
So,
big
we'll baby steps, you know?
Emily's character.
One thing at a time. What?
What did you say? Say you're getting a flea bath.
You're getting a bad cat.
I say these. I was gonna say scratches for a flea bath with Rainier now would be actually much worse than they were before.
Yes.
For a few
And
reasons.
potentially with other Anyway, implications.
It
That's what.
shuts its mouth again or it gets the bell again.
I am less likely to find that funny.
I mean, we can talk about long-term solutions, and my initial gut says to leave her in the care of my parents
No, I mean, that makes sense to me.
for now, and then we
Because
can
you
see
turned out
how
well
she's
rounded.
doing, and maybe like we've made lots of friends. I did turn out great. You don't know.
Could leave her.
You know,
Could leave her with the tribe.
Yeah.
Could leave her at the ring with the tribe.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
leave her where?
With the tribe at the ring.
Oh, right.
Absolutely not.
You just come back, you see Isabella just dropping pile drivers on the Minotaur or Minotaur.
That's what.
Yeah, she
that
she
actually
will
sounds
she will have her pick of mentorships. She could go with the blacksmith in the herd. She could smith or she could apprentice under Corfer. Potentially, maybe if she feels okay, she could maybe come to Medusius. Should Medusius allow that? She could apprentice under Ashara. She could apprentice under my parents. She's got options, okay? We've got lots of connections. I mean, maybe she wants to go into politics and the Duke could find her a place. I don't know.
Well,
But,
she could learn the ways of the barbarian from Andre.
She could do that.
I mean,
Yeah.
she
Oh,
can
yeah.
move into a house on the plateau.
He's the leader of the
And
Minotaur
a
tribe.
cow.
Yeah, she could when she's of
Which
age. She's gonna
Their
start
home is
with
called the
parents.
Ring.
She's like 12. She should already be in school.
She's gonna start with foster parents. We're gonna start there.
He's like a 9-foot.
And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we
Oh, yeah,
obviously
he's
can't
a much bigger
have
boy than the other
child
ones.
around with us either.
Pretty much
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, I have no interest in that.
where'd you come from?
Not here.
So,
Fight from around here.
But that was brought up because Nir was asking what the plan was.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I
For
was,
Word and for the girl and for whatever else we're doing.
Before Dorgirin goes, Rin has been very obviously avoiding Ward's body. But because Dorgirin is leaving and we're not exactly sure how or when we're gonna meet back up, as of right now, I would like to search his person for something very specific. And when I find it, I will pull it out
Ward?
and
Okay.
and see that it is everything that I dreamed that it would be. And I will
Phrasing?
walk over to the edge of the hut and I'll ask Dorgirin to come over.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say I was saving this for the next moon holiday. Which is very clearly soon, Tony.
Sure.
But since I don't know if I'll be with you there and Ward isn't going to give it to you himself, I asked him to make this for you. It is a carving of Luciana made out of stone. And it is exquisite.
Ooh, I'll take it. Thank you. Is this is it a very delicate figurine? Is it one that that needs to be kind of like?
What is the quality of the story?
It'd be like a marble. Yeah, it'd be like marble.
Okay.
So that's have to drop it.
Yeah.
It could
Okay.
shatter, yeah.
Okay. I will put it in my bag of holding because I would be afraid of it getting broken elsewhere.
I figured, every worshiper needs an idol.
Doctrination 101.
I said worshiper and not zealot, okay? I need points for that. But, yeah, I picked this up and had Ward looking on it. I knew that he had finished it, but we were kind of waiting to give it to you.
Oh, thank you. So, all right. Anybody else?
I mean, the whole reason I was asking what the plan was, like, are we really going to be separating the group? And if so, what does that look like? What's the time frames here?
We've got to take the heart back to.
We have things we have to do here, and we have to iron out what we're doing with Medusius in terms of capturing Itash as well. I want to do that before we leave her. And obviously, I'm not moving Isabella until she's ready to move.
So we shouldn't be going back to Mulvane right now.
We're not. He can go. We're splitting party, is what's happening.
Why? Why when we can just wait and figure things out and then do everything at once?
This is kind of efficient because then he can parallel path and we can get to Inictal really quickly. whenever we need to.
I can teleport all of us.
And we don't know how much. I don't know how much longer I've got before that weird, creepy cosmic horror gets to Luciana. He didn't give me a time frame, so I mean, you know.
Yep.
He didn't give me, he didn't give me like, oh, this is my
Dinner's
eating schedule.
tomorrow
Yeah.
at 6 p.m.
Yeah, give me the schedule.
The reservation of the table. Yeah. No, I think it's totally fine to parallel pass some things because we aren't all needed to return the heart, and we aren't all needed to get Isabella settled. So we could even fractal it into 3 if there are other things that need to be done. But I'm definitely not opposed to other people going with Dorgirian if you know, he doesn't have to go on his own, but
I mean,
I am staying where Isabella stays.
Even if I go alone, it should be okay, because I don't think, because what we could do is like was suggested earlier was just like meet up in Iniktal.
Yeah, I just didn't want you to be lonely.
Like it wouldn't necessarily be like, I don't think it would be that dangerous for him to travel to Iniktal.
Yeah.
Because we didn't really come across much.
Right.
So you're pretty familiar with the desert.
I'm familiar with the desert. I have a mount.
Right.
Just be wary of Itash.
Mm. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. What a
I like those.
Don't like those odds.
And there's also caravan and stuff that come and go.
Yeah.
Between the two, so.
It's a how long trip to get from Milvain to Iniktal?
About half a week, I think, is what we established. So if you're riding with a caravan or not?
I mean, it would depend on like what's available.
Caravans generally travel kind of slower, but if you're going just on your Gorgon, I mean, it's not a fast mount by any means, but you probably get there probably in about 4 or 5 days.
Okay. Also, I do have my own way of contacting you.
You do?
Uh-huh.
Hey!
I have Animal Messenger.
I also heard it!
Yes.
Animals in the jungle! Give me your ring!
No, it's a druid spell that I can use.
Animal!
Yes.
Oh, messenger!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's not limitless for its distance, though, either.
Yeah, I know. But I might be able to get to them. Or I can use Skywrite and just write a message in the sky.
Just like so high. I'm like, that looks like fine print. What is that, mouse type?
I'm trying to tick buttons.
Because you would have to write it so high for it to be visible.
Yeah, that's what.
Because we're so
There are
far
logistical
away.
questions.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
I'll just cast sending
Okay.
once a day.
All right. That's
There we
fine.
go.
Daruk and I can cast sending once a day. We'll trade off. We'll check in with you. Daily check in with Dorgirin, making sure you're still alive. You didn't get captured by the cowl because you were very close. That's the other reason why I'm worried about you going by yourself, because you could get jumped.
Yeah.
You're very strong, but 20 to 1 are not good odds.
Depending on that 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Bunch of bandits.
If any of them are Harley, then it's not great odds.
Yeah.
Harley 3.0.
I mean,
R.I.P.
I don't
the dude's
really
girlfriend.
know any reason that I would be needed here with Medusius, so actually I probably just want to do things on my own anyway, so I'd probably go.
Yeah.
I need to figure shit out.
Milvain?
You might have some things to buy, too.
I think
Do you think 22,000 gold pieces is enough
that's what I was
for
thinking.
spending habits?
Yeah, that should be fun.
Realize what's happened.
We could make an Arcana check on that. Probably, I would say initially probably not, but
I'll find out sooner than later.
true. Not immediately after you wake up, no. But yeah, after maybe a day or two passes, yeah. So, as Medusius prepares the circle, you see her walk over to kind of an open area next to her lair. She looks over. So, who's all going where?
Did you say if he picks up a rock, he can come back?
Yes, he needs an object from a location, and unfortunately, an object from within my lair will still not allow him back, so he needs to be outside of it.
Ah, okay.
So, if he was to grab a rock from the surface, he could teleport back to that point. But only with someone who is capable of casting teleport, and they would have to go with him. I make some adjustments that allows me to send people or retrieve things from places.
Ah, okay. Well,
Hence the tiny little robot spiders.
I go, give me the newspaper. Okay. I like add that's PS, PP, PS. Writing that in there. We're sending Dorgir with a stone. If you can cast teleportation, it'll bring him back to a space if he needs to come back to this particular space. Otherwise, the plan is for us to meet in Ixtal. However, if you cast teleport, likely you'll have to go with him. So, make that decision as you will.
Are you writing a note or a dissertation?
Yes.
Why not both?
I have the room on the paper. Okay, I will use it. I use all 25
sides.
words. Yeah.
Right, yep.
I mean,
Single spaced.
It's one of the scrolls you unravel and
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I can just memorize that. We just need them to send teleport to send us back.
Or is it separate?
Yeah. Are they coming back here, or are we just?
Well,
I
we'll
thought
cast
we were
sending
meeting
every
in
day.
Ixtal.
Yeah.
We'll cast sending every day, and we'll keep praised of everyone's movements. If we
All that
leave,
plan needed in it.
yes,
You'll need
Yes.
to
And have a bunch.
you'll need to send out. People can't exactly
yeah.
have those. Yes, okay. Understood. Oh. She raises up her hand. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hold for a dramatic pause as you see her sit there for a moment as these tiny spiders then form a ritual circle around you all.
Gordon's there too.
Yep.
Okay.
Illusion, some like spark.
Unnecessary. There'll be sparkles here in just a moment.
Sparkles.
Ready. She then lowers her hand and kind of makes a snap. This surge of arcane energy lights up and you get almost lifted off the ground as you're momentarily weightless, and then you feel the gravity kick back in as you slam back down on the ground in Corfer's shop.
Oh.
Can't wait to see what happens there.
Where they stand is now a dick butt.
Yeah, carved in the ground like the Ragnarok circle, but it's just.
I was thinking like illusioning it in the air. Just
Oh,
a
okay.
dick butt.
Gotcha. Nice.
Child.
So okay.
Medusa has turned them into a dick butt.
What did you do to them? Knew she was bad.
Right. As she looks to you. So, what shall we do?
My priority's the girl.
Yeah.
Medusius, you can't come in here right now, but something interesting occurred where the form lied. I'll show it to you when the hut dissipates.
You can adjust the opacity of the tiny hut. I should be able to see through it if you allow it.
Just imagine her like crawling over.
Well, it's like, I imagine that we're in the center. We're not far off, so it'd be kind of hard for her to see, but sure, I'll adjust it.
As she looks and sees, she kind of.
This is story, but it's unique.
Wait. Here. I thought that only grew in certain places, so.
It does.
Interesting.
I don't know what caused it. I definitely. On any other day, I'd be interested. It's different than any Istorian I've ever seen, but we can talk more when you can look at it.
Once time has passed, I'd be very interested to retrieve some samples. See.
I don't know if it's actually alive, like if it'll continue to produce. So I disturbed it as least amount possible because I assume it would be of value to you
Oh, absolutely.
to have it produce.
I would love to transplant it inside the garden and see if I can nurture it into actually growing the full-on growths.
I
Crystal.
want to send one small piece to.
I sent one to Porker, a sliver to Porker.
Oh, that's right. It's
You see Menusia's kind of, her eyes can't help but look at Isabella. And you see her just kind of look off. I never wanted her to be alone.
She won't be.
Good.
Neither will you.
Hmm?
And neither will you.
Still a little soon to say that. I have a lot of work to do. And that work may force me to be alone for some time.
Well, you have the choice. You choose the left.
I may not.
Well,
It's fine. There are certain things that must be dealt with, and unfortunately, not many people are up to the task. So, I don't know if you heard, but I spoke with Dorgiran, and I may have an idea as how to deal with a giant multicolored dragon.
oh. That's
A great worm, more than likely. So, I may need to be away for a while.
well. Just because you have to be away doesn't mean you don't have to share your plans or have to feel like you're alone. Even if you have to stand alone, that doesn't mean you have to be alone. You don't have to carry the burden on.
Only if we're that easy. But it's fine.
Can be.
I've been alone for centuries, millennia. It's a place I'm familiar with. But, when she awakes, if she wishes to stay here, she's welcome. She'll be well guarded and kept safe, well fed, and anything she wishes to learn, I'd be happy to teach her. But, again,
Just look into the group like,
but I understand if our history makes that impossible. So, I leave it up to her and to you. But I won't be around for the next year, so keep that in mind as well.
I think I don't think that your history is insurmountable. It's more of what she needs.
Of course.
But we'll make it known that I'm assuming that's an open-ended offer.
It is. If time works as I believe it should for what I'm thinking, then I may be gone only no more than a month. But it really depends on how effective Luciana may be within her realm. If she's truly come into her own, or if she is capable of what I need.
Well, she's in something's stomach right now, so.
Oh, well, that is a problem.
Yeah, that's hence the mall.
She's not eating yet. It's coming.
Just the threat of it eating.
Yes.
Okay.
It's happening.
He's just like behind her going, ah!
Something's on the way to
Inch a
war.
day.
currently consuming.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're not exactly certain of what the situation is with this
Well,
Archfey.
this is,
Premonitions are a thing.
well, it's, you know, dream messages aren't exactly super helpful, and
Yes. Well,
Lovely time to live.
well, I'll leave you to it. As you see, as she's walking away, you see her pass by Ashara. Ashara kind of gives her a nod. Ashara comes up. You see her kind of walking in her head, kind of hanging a little bit, and
this Ashara is a bit of me. Can she come in?
as you look to her and she looks at you, because it's clear now at this point, right?
Mhm.
She looks, yeah, she looks at me. Yeah. You see her walk towards it, and she kind of gets stopped by it.
Another reject club.
It's a reflex.
I feel that pretty heavy right now. I tried.
I know.
It wasn't enough to keep both. There might be something still left. Somewhere.
Well, there is in her. It's what he would have wanted.
Something felt strange about that. When that magic surged through me, I felt something. It's hard to describe. It's like a connection. Almost to the Feywild, but to here too. It was beautiful.
When you released the binding, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I don't know what Isabella's destiny is. I think she's special, though.
Well, we knew that already.
I don't know what she can do, but I suspect great things.
And she has the opportunity to explore that because of you.
It's because of Ward. I was a conduit. It was him.
Also, look, story.
Oh. It's interesting.
It's unique, though.
So you kind of look at it.
Never seen it. It's not imbued.
It has this kind of like yellowish and bluish pattern to it, though. It's
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like that iridescence that comes with the astral plane a little bit, but like it's not that, but like
right.
reminds me of it, you know?
It's like a sunburst of energy, but with like this kind of bluish core to it. It's interesting.
Very. Sent a little bit of it to Corford. Maybe he could find out.
If there's any left, I can possibly take it back to the Duke and see if he may be able to take a look at, or the Blue Oasis, if we want.
I think it might be worth it to. Looks like there's another maybe small piece I could chip off there. I don't want to disturb it too much because if it's producing, I don't want to take too much in it.
Sure.
Not continue to produce. I know it's not Ward, but
Well, I think I have done about as much as I can today. I'd like to lay down for a bit.
oh yeah. Midir, can you show Ishara to the guest room?
Yeah.
Since you're the only one still standing here outside the bowl. Also, you know, some blankets and a mattress would go, miss. Just saying.
The beds are already made.
For us.
You can't get it into the double though.
I can pull it in. Daruk could pull it in. Daruk could come and go as he pleases.
Yeah.
Right. The root can. I don't know about objects, though. That's a good question. It'd be one thing if he was wearing it or carrying it, but like a full-on mattress? That's a good question.
What if I just like carry a mattress?
Right. I'm going to wear a mattress in.
What if I just cover the hut?
There you go.
There.
I mean, it's less about heat because I can control the temperature inside the hut, but it's more about like the comfort of a blanket.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it.
Oh wow, and objects. All right, well,
Yeah.
Or else it gets just salt.
I open
Right.
Ward's chest cavity and I climb in.
Like a tauntaun.
like a tauntaun.
Yeah. Be interesting if you were like, all right, well, I'm just going to take this mug in. All of a sudden, just thunk. Okay.
Boiled again.
I'm afraid to move her because I feel like if we move her, she'll wake up. And then she needs rest. Then again, she could be out for the count for a hot minute.
She could be pretending.
Pick her up and carry her.
Yeah.
Are we gonna take him with us?
There's already.
It's hard to have a hold of. Is that what you said?
Well, we do have the worm tunnels.
Right.
But are we gonna
with my cane.
take him with us and try anything, or
I can't lift him.
he's the reason I wanted the 1,000 gold diamond. I have a feeling it won't work, but I guess I don't know.
From what I understand, I think we would run into the same issue we ran into with Isabella. There would be enough to tether.
I didn't realize it was
That's kind of what
chat.
why I get the impression that it wouldn't work is because he had to make the sacrifice to make her whole.
Yeah. I don't think there's any brain there. Out of character, but should a new companion arise one day, we would welcome them with open arms.
You're here in the near. Make sure no weirdos join you.
Oh.
On your way back.
Yeah. I'm not with it. And you can't. Because they weren't in the hut when I made it. It bounces off.
Yeah.
Just change your mind.
Okay, I will. When I shifted her to Daruk's lap, did she stir at all?
I'd say, given the circumstances, probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like what you got?
Per negative, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can still like move around and stuff, but you're moving at, reduced
So if it's
efficacy.
4 levels, like the first level of 4 is gonna be like out, but then
Pretty
as
much.
the exhaustion dissipates, like he
Yeah.
was, he's still exhausted and got up.
Right, yeah. Although the Revivify would be different than like because Revivify technically doesn't have those circumstances, but for story and flavor, we're doing that for this particular circumstance. However, the Resurrection, effectively, for what was cast, was a -4 to all. It's not all stats, but it's like all ability checks.
Basically, if you're doing anything,
It's -4. Yeah.
Yeah, anything you roll a d20 on, it subtracts 4.
Right. So it's technically not exhaustion, but we kind of play it that way.
Do you want to try and move her to a bed? Okay.
Yeah. And I'll do my best to scoop her up, moving her as little as possible. And I'll take her inside to one of the bags.
Okay.
I'll drop the hut and I will like kind of tuck a blanket around her in your arms.
Oh.
So like you're also kind of wrapped in a blanket. And then I'll say she can sleep in the room that I was in. I don't think I'll be sleeping. and I'll sit up and we'll just watch her sleep.
Okay.
And find all the similarities in her facial structure to Ward's original form, so that I can tell her all about them.
And with that, we'll go ahead and call the game there, because that's a good place to call it. Of course, I think another fun little thing would be, as you both arrive in Corfu Shop, you're at,
yeah.
oh, hey, what's going on?
Oh, hey.
And we'll call it there.
He didn't immediately attack you. That's a good sign.
Yeah, you basically saw him look up from, like, a book he was reading and just, oh, hey.
And it's just me, Ellen Gordon, in his shop.
Yeah.
And Rainier.
Yeah.
He like peeks out from behind the Gordon's butt.
Yeah.
Eh.
So, we'll call the game there. Intense session, but it's a good one. And we'll cover the next week.
For some.
Well, true. We'll cover the next bits next week in terms of the circumstances of what's gone on. And we may do a little bit of a, not a full-on time jump, but a little bit of a fast forward in terms of some of the stuff that goes on, but nothing too crazy. Just, you know, if you're going to do shopping at Corfu's, there's going to be a quick, like, exchange of diamonds and stuff. We're not going to necessarily get all into that, but there will be some other stuff we definitely don't want to cover. So, that all said, good game, guys. A little intense. Yep. And thank you all for tuning in, as we appreciate you're doing the stream and everything.
It's
So
very emotional stream.
it was. But we'll be back, I think, next week. I don't think we have anything necessarily coming up, although we're getting towards closer to the holidays. So we'll see about what our schedule's looking like for these next couple weeks. And you know, stay tuned. If we have anything to post, we'll post it on Twitter, if we take any time off or anything like that. But for now, we'll go ahead and stream there, and we will see you all next week. So everyone have a good night. Take it easy.